Okay, looks like we're recording. Hello, welcome everyone, Open Hearth community. This is actually a practice run, less than a playtest, but more of a practice run ahead of Gen Con Online. And these two fabulous people have offered to share some time and experience in helping me get over my anxiety and learning curve of running, in this case, it's not going to show up, Scum and Villainy. It's my first time running today. So whatever happens today may or may not change the next session depending who shows up. So just going to kind of roll with it. The Gen Con Online is just going to be one shots. So whoever shows up will play that. But I kind of wanted to get more familiarized with it. I've been listening to some actual plays by the creator, and that's been interesting. So we'll see how things go. So my name is David MK, he, him pronouns, and I'll be the GM for this game. And we've got two guests. I'll go in the order which they appeared. So we have Lloyd and we have Brian. Is there anything you want to say about yourself?
I'm really happy to be here. I'm looking forward to a great day.
Awesome.
Well, I could share the fact that the first Scum and Villainy one shot that I was in was run by Strauss.
Awesome. Well, cool. Well, Lloyd, have you played Scum and Villainy or run it?
Not yet, but you know what? It's the first time for everything.
Awesome. Great, great. So let's go ahead and get moving on this. So I've made and shared the character keeper. Do you both have access to that?
Yes, I have access to it right now. I'm looking at it.
Awesome. So what I think would work is to go to the safety tab, and there are some options here, including lines and veils, X card, open door policy, and script change. And so if there's anything in there, please go ahead and mark it at this time. If there's anything you want to add, go ahead, there's space for that. And then there's also a safety romance option, which I see you both have filled out. Great. Okay. And then just either of you let me know when you're done with the safety tab and I'll review. Okay, well, you're done. Brian, are you done? Okay, so what I see here is a line on homophobia, transphobia, and a veil on torture. That's that works. That's great. Okay, and so open door policy is if you need to leave for whatever reason, if you send me a note, that'd be great if you could. Sometimes I know internet outages. We have a storm maybe happening today, so we'll see if that impacts our area. Script change is basically thinking of it's kind of analog based forward, rewind, pause, that sort of treatment. X card, pause, and I'll ask for clarification on those things. Lines and veils, we'll use those. And if I forget one of these things, please send me a note or something. So I don't think this will be an issue. Okay, so the dice rollers at the bottom of that tab. Have either of you seen or heard about the TV show Killjoys?
Yes.
Right? Okay. So it's kind of where my headspace is. We're not going to be playing actual, like, in that setting, so you don't need to be familiar with it. But it's kind of like Bounty Hunters with style, is how I kind of think of it. And so it's informed by a lot of fashion and music and things like that. But we're going to play our own version of Bounty Hunters. And in this game, you're going to work for a faction that I created specifically for this one shot called Hunter's Corps. So we've got several tabs: characters, crew for the Cerberus. I'm going to keep saying that wrong. That's the default bounty hunter ship that comes with Scum and Villainy. Factions, NPCs, star systems, and then some rules. So since both of you are somewhat familiar with this, are there any kinds of characters or any playbooks that either of you are interested in at this time? There's 7 listed.
I am open to any options. David, how are you feeling?
I'm trying
I
to
say
think of
David, Brian. Brian, how you?
Brian. Yeah, I'm
Brian,
trying to
hi.
think
How
of
you doing? Your name is Brian.
Not
it,
everyone's named
I
David here.
there's few enough of us here. I knew who you were talking to. Trying to remember what I've already played before. I've been a muscle and a stitch, and I think I was a pilot once.
So many
So I
different
would I
bounty
would I would
hunters.
I would want to do something other than those.
Yeah.
That's but yeah, there's plenty to pick from.
Pick one and go wild.
Hmm?
Pick one and go wild. I said sorry. I'd say go for something. Whatever you pick, I'll pick something complimentary. Wait, did that come through? That came through, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
good. All right.
Yep.
Uh, uh, I'll go for mechanic.
Cool. All right.
All
Go
right.
ahead. All right.
If we
Larry.
have a mechanic, it means you either need someone who can speak or someone who can punch. And I feel if we have someone who can punch or shoot, it's better than having anything else. So my choices are between muscle, mystic, or scoundrel. I'm not sure which one I really want to go for, but think I think it would make more sense to have a bruiser and a mechanic than it is to have a mystic and mechanic. Also, mystic is weird. I don't get it. I'm like, I don't get it. Why do you have these powers? Why are you here? Why are you here? Why do you have a side leg? I don't understand. But actually, it
You,
makes sense.
you've
We
seen
have
Star Wars?
my statement still stands. Why are you here? But actually, because I am so resistant to it, I think it will make sense to have it because we're doing Killjoys, we're not doing Star Wars. So it's all about what you look like. And in Killjoys, the Mystic is a weird class in that show. So I think I'm gonna go for that instead.
You're going to do Mystic?
I'm the Mystic. Let's do
All
it.
right. So we've got a mechanic and Mystic. I will close these up. All right. So who's the pilot between the two of you?
The mechanic, of course. That's what they're there for. I'm here to do the talking and make other people disappear with my hands. I'm not gonna talk. What? What? What?
All right.
I'm gonna
Awesome.
drive. Got time for that.
Okay. You're welcome to insert a character image if you want. It's not required.
All right,
Um,
wait a second.
okay. So let's see here. So you have these lists here, right? Heritage, background, vice. Oh, I'm going to do something. No, you're fine. Go ahead. And then let me see. I think I'm missing something here. Well, finds a sheet. Okay. That one. Already did that one. Okay. So you begin with a starting ability marked.
Mhm.
If you want to, Lloyd, are you both playing humans, or either of you or both of you want to do a Xeno, or what do you
I'm doing
think?
human.
Human?
I'll stick with human.
Okay. All right. Then choose a heritage, choose a background, assign action dots. So you get to assign 4 additional action points, and nothing can begin with a rating higher than 2. And these are drop down lists. There you go. So normally I probably wouldn't record character creation stuff because it's kind of boring, but I'm recording it for my own sanity.
Yeah. I don't know which special ability to pick. I forgot. That's the part I hate about this playing level 1. You're like, I only get one. No,
Only one. Only one.
I don't want one. I want 3. Can we have 2? David, listen. David, listen. David, listen. David, listen. Listen, David. People at Gen Con are gonna be like, I've never played this game before. I don't know what to pick. My choices are too hard. And you're gonna be like, okay, you know what? I want to be nice to you, Gen Con people, because the one shot picked 2 abilities in that one. And they're gonna be like, oh my god, David, you're the best GM of all time. I should sign up to all your games. In fact, I'm gonna call my agent right now and tell him how amazing you are. Hi, yeah, Spielberg, you should hire this guy. He's incredible. That's what you're missing if you don't have 2. I'm just saying, David, think about it.
Okay. I'll have to think about it.
And say yes. Say yes. That Brian, bro, something help me out here. Help me out here, brother, Brian. Brian, please.
Strauss did have us level up and pick a new one like halfway through.
If Strauss did it! If Strauss did it! If Strauss did it!
Just so we could
David! If Strauss did it! David!
But it wasn't to start. We had to go through the opening. The
Brian, same team. Brian, same team. Same
starting
team.
Scenario.
So I'm gonna have you start with one ability for right now. Right. So advancement is probably gonna be quicker than normal. So given that this is the first time I've ever run this, I'm gonna just start with 1.
Brian, you could have helped me, bro. Come on. Brian, I had him.
Thanks, Brian.
Back out there. Let me just get one last thing. There we go. Fine, I'll just pick that one. Wait, something. Stop thinking about it. Just pick it. It's done. It's done. I pick. I'm ready.
All right. And then go ahead and choose your 1 friend and 1 rival from your list.
Ooh, where is that list?
If you scroll down, it's depending on your playbook.
Oh, no, that's it.
Yeah, below load. Let's see. 4 additional action points. Okay. All right. Then we need you to choose your vice. 1 or 2. And detail it with a short description. And that is up near the top under background. So, and make sure you've done your heritage background and look as well. And if you're looking for suggestions on names, I have it on the NPCs tab under column L. Brian, is that like a figure for your character picture?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, cool.
I mean, you'd have got it in real form had they had two abilities, not one. I'm just saying, like that was you missed out.
But
Lloyd's never gonna play with me again.
To be fair, you brought this on yourself when you were like, "Okay, I'm desperate. I'll take anyone." Oh no, it's Lloyd. All right. Well, here we go again.
I know how you were in Mouse Guard.
That game was one of the greatest games I've played. I wish I could find the person that ran it for us.
Yeah,
I'll never see them again.
never.
But
You
they were. I don't.
you completely conquered in talking to people.
I that game taught me more about role playing than role playing taught me about role playing. I didn't even know how it turned out that way. It just did. I wish I knew what happened to him wherever he is.
I don't know.
I'm sure he's fine. And like,
I guess we could start a TV show about where are they now about GMs.
about GMs and be like, we had this guy called Mechazoa. I can't remember his full name, but he was fucking great. And then he disappeared, and we never saw him again. We hope he's okay.
Yep. All right. All right. And then obviously a character name and pronouns if you haven't done that. All right. Cool. We have no doctor skills. That's awesome.
Well, we'll hire one, right?
Exactly. Right? You work for bounty hunter group. They can patch you up. It's no big deal. All right.
looks like you do have one more ability point to.
Do I?
Yeah, you should have 7 total.
You mean on
1, 2,
stats?
3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, you're right. I'm missing one, I guess.
Thank you, Brian.
I could put into doctor, so we've got at least some healing.
No, totally. Like go with your gut. Like be the bounty hunter you want to be as a mystic.
True. I feel actually I might. If I have two, I'm gonna put into consort.
Okay.
Like healing is cool, but I think
Yep.
given my background, I should have at least 1 point in consort.
No, that's fair.
Doesn't matter much for a one shot, but you're
Yeah.
going to be rolling 0 dice to indulge your vice.
Well, that's the best kind of game.
Although, if you do it with a friend, you get a free bonus die.
Hey,
Awesome. Friends.
fine. I
Friends.
will put 1 point in it.
I mean, it's a one shot, so like.
Well, I mean, but if either of you are back again and want to play the same
why
character,
don't you?
Aw.
It's too late now. I've already done it.
So okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that looks good. Brian, do you see anything else that we're missing?
I don't think so.
Okay, we don't worry about loadout now. Okay, so we're supposed to Let's see. What are the options for both of you to get experience? How would you mark experience for your characters? I see obvious ones down at the bottom.
Yeah, that's it. Just down the bottom
Yeah.
and also next to our skills. Our what's called abilities, insight, prowess, resolve have XP markers next to them.
Yeah.
And at the very bottom, there's
Are you saying where
abilities.
we mark them,
Yeah,
or
I'm going through my checklist and it says to discuss how you get experience. I think that's like to kind of
so
put it in
what
our
the
brain.
triggers are?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for the mystic, you address a tough challenge with wisdom or the way. And for the mechanic, you address a tough challenge with technical skill or ingenuity.
Mhm.
And then, as Lloyd said, through skill checks, right?
Anytime you make a desperate
Yeah,
roll,
action
you
mark
mark an XP
XP
in that
attribute.
attribute.
Yeah.
But then if you look over on the left column, if you
Mhm.
scroll down near the bottom, those are the XP triggers that everybody has.
Yeah. All right. Every time you roll desperate, at the end of each session, express your beliefs, drives, heritage, background, struggled with issues from your vice or traumas, address tough challenge using the trigger. Do characters start with traumas?
Nope.
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Or we get them real quick.
Yeah, but that's okay. We have a doctor now. It's a fine.
Uh, that doesn't help with traumas. It
we're
doesn't help
we're
traumas
we're
at all.
we forced to struggle with our vices if we want XP
Sure.
Yeah.
until we can get
Okay.
ourselves a trauma.
All right. So I think what we'll do is let's go ahead and have you each introduce your character, your bounty hunter, and then I think we'll pop over to the ship sheet after that. So I will just go in the order of the character keeper. So our mechanic, Brian.
Yeah, I'm playing Cord Gree, he,
Mhm.
him. He goes by Link, and he grew up in space, has been, running around space engines, keeping him working his whole life. It's what he's working on, you know, uh, you know, merchant ships and space stations, and yeah, that's I guess he's hoping for an upgrade in pay and excitement by
Cool, cool. Like, what if he had to choose between like a station or like a merchant ship or some other ship? What is his preference?
um I mean, I think he likes signing on at a station for a while, but
Hmm.
then that doesn't last too long and he wants to kind of keep moving.
Cool. And how old is Link, roughly?
Uh in mid-20s.
Okay, cool. All right. So labor background. What does duper mean? Does that mean you just drugged out?
Yeah, drugs and alcohol just
Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. So then we have our mystic, played by Lloyd.
Hi, I am Celine Altalon, also known as Cypher. So then our group name is Cypherlink because it sounded cool. She is a previous Imperial family member, born into royalty and raised into royalty. Naturally, when it was discovered that she had talent along with the way, she was given a teacher to train her personally, which took up most of her time. But she's also expected to deal with her Imperial duties. People of the way who are also within the Imperial family are meant to be great consorts, not consorts. What's the word? Counselors. Counselor's not the word I'm looking. Counsel. Great counsel to great people onwards, and it was a good role for her to do, bringing her family, which wasn't that high in the imperial family, to a much higher status than was before. It
Mhm.
turned out that her imperial training, imperial way training, was not for council work, it was for assassination, which she discovered when she was sent on an assassination mission to kill her brother. She refuted at that, jumped on a ship, and now is being hunted by her her previous teacher, to silence her and make sure it's all gone down to be fine. A previous student of his that he'd sent after her was no, it was, hold on, let me double check. Give me a second. I gotta make sure I did it right. Although she has run away, she managed to make friends with another space bounty hunter, whom, although she has fallen in love with, she's never allowed herself to put it straight. But he taught her everything she needs to know about bounty hunting,
Hmm.
and now just recently struck out on her own after making a lucky bargain with Link.
Nice. I want to thanks for bringing all that in. That's a lot of backstory. I
No,
want to
that's
jump jump back to Link. So you have on here under your colorful friends Nisa, previous employer, and Len, a black market dealer. What are your thoughts on those characters for Link? You're muted.
Yeah, so I imagine Nisa has like, I don't know, a fleet of merchant ships,
Mm-hmm.
and he was just one of her mechanics. So
Sure.
Yeah, just left on good terms. She's thinks Link's making a mistake, but he's got a job waiting for him if he wants, when he's ready to come back. And then yeah, Len, black market dealer, probably got me some parts I needed, and it came with strings attached that I didn't agree to,
Mm-hmm.
and so you know he says I owe him favors. I disagree.
All right. Awesome. Okay. So let's I just want to jump over to the factions tab first before the ship and just kind of look at the Hunter's Core faction there. So the gist of it is follow the code, don't ask or share, do the contract, get paid, repeat. And so this is an up and coming faction, filled, the ranks filled by various people from other places, including competitors. And what they're focusing on primarily, because there's a lot of money in it, is to help with technology thefts, to get the technology back, and possibly deal with the criminal elements. But it's mostly about getting the technology back to whoever's paying for it. And so I could definitely see both of your characters working for this organization. Either in your alias or under your actual name, depending. They don't have a lot of power. Actually, they need to be a level 2, so let me change this. They're level 2. There we go. And their main enemies are the Bornico Syndicate, Draxler's Raiders, Ghosts, and Wreckers. So kind of being in this space puts them in odds with a lot of different factions. And then they have some support under House Malclaith, Isotropa Max Secure, which is where a lot of the prisoners end up, and the Starsmiths Guild, which is, shipbuilders. So I could see like working for this organization will maybe help you move on to better ships, move on up politically if that is a thing, even though the Hunter's Corps is trying not to be aligned with any politics because there's a lot of that going on here. Any questions on that at the moment?
No, it seems pretty forward to me.
Okay. All right. So let's jump back to the ship, Cerberus. All right. So, ship. We have some options here. Reputation. There's a drop down one. What do you think your reputation for this ship for your group, the Cypherlink, might be? Where do you want to start?
All right, so brutal isn't on the list, but I feel honorable makes sense for us given who we are. Like we're not like the world's best ship runners. We're fairly young and we're
Hmm.
good at what we do,
Hmm.
but we honor our word because I think we honor our word. Brian, what do you think?
Sure, I'm good with that.
All right, yeah, honorable seems to be fair.
Black market dealer might say otherwise, but they're a black market dealer.
Yeah, I mean that's part of what. Yeah, he was like, okay, I got you these parts. You have
Mhm.
to do this for me, and I was like, no, those are not things I will do.
Awesome. Okay, so let's see. On ship, let's see here. Where did I put that? Okay, customize your ship. Okay, so you begin with 2 cred in the hold and a few
So
pre-selected
rich.
items. Yeah, totally. If you don't count ship repairs and maintenance. So you get to choose 2 additional ship systems to improve: engines, hull, comms, and weapons. You may instead improve crew quality, but it'll cost your crew its starting 2 cred to do that. So is there something here that you want to improve?
I'll leave this one to you.
The mechanic.
Yeah.
And I think the pilot.
If we have a better crew, we'll need less of the other stuff, right? Like we don't have to worry about missing things like not having a doctor or not having someone who can talk to people if the
There's
crew's all right.
something weird with the. It's got long range scanners and Nexus Link listed under comms and hull for some reason.
Let me see here. Long range scanners.
Oh yeah, as long as the next thing is both from both of those.
We just need to take.
Can you actually? That doesn't make sense. Let's see here. Let me look at the default ship. See what they've got.
I'm fixing it.
Thank you, Brian.
Did you build this?
Some of this is from the Gauntlet resources. Some of it I've added. I haven't done anything to this sheet, so Brian's fixing it.
So,
Okay.
okay, grappling arm.
Yeah, it looks like
hull
Hull just has 2 blanks in it.
Yeah, it should just be 0.
Yeah.
And then engines is 1 with a jump drive. Oh yeah, afterburners and cloaking device, those should not be listed. That's smuggler ship stuff. Okay, that's better. Yeah, in fact, there shouldn't be that much room on a
bounty hunter ship.
On a bounty ship. There should only be room for. So we need to. What do we do?
What happens if we change the ship size? Would that change everything?
I'm gonna keep the defaults on this just as a first time.
What
No, I meant like to change the text. Maybe
Oh.
or something like that. Maybe switching that would switch everything in there. But it doesn't matter now. I've already edited it, so just leave it.
You mean like the ship size? I think freighter's the size it's supposed to be, isn't it?
Alright, cool.
Yeah, I don't think the sheet is that automated that it.
Like
got it.
if I go to
Yeah.
personal, it doesn't do anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so comms, there should be
Long
comms is
range.
correct. There's 4 spots. Long range you have Nexus Link.
Engine should have 3
2.
with jump drive.
Engine,
weapons, weapons is grappling hook.
That.
Yep. And
weapons is vertical is correct.
Yep.
And then hull is just 2 spots.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
And then auxiliary should include brig. That's marked. Prowess and training. And that's it.
Okay, that all looks good.
And starting gambit. Yep. Okay.
Else, hard knocks, personal. What's this comment? That doesn't make any sense. Get rid of that.
It should have licensed, which it has. On the trail, light touch, snatch and grab. Should have just passing through is not one of these.
Nope, should be licensed on the trail, light touch, snatch and grab, load
Yep.
for bear, play both
Both
sides,
sides.
deadly.
And
Yeah, so
yeah, we should get rid of that one.
that's probably also a smuggler one.
Yep.
I helped.
Thank you. It seems much better now. Okay. All right. So that's crew upgrades. Ship. Okay. So 2 additional systems to improve. What do you think about it?
And the XP trigger is for smugglers too. Let's fix that.
Oh, jeez.
There we go. Okay. What about the contacts? Have you checked the contacts?
No, I'm looking.
Yep, those are the contacts for smugglers.
Isn't it great having a professional
It is. This
on
is
board
awesome.
do all the work for us?
Okay, I can. While we're doing this,
That's fine.
what's next? What are we doing?
Yeah, I just wanted us to get those 2. Choose our systems.
Oh yeah, we got to
upgrades.
choose two
Yep.
things to upgrade.
So do we want the engines? Do we want hull?
That's right.
Yeah.
You said you pick.
Yeah,
That's my
and then
job.
you were,
So
and you
so
were like,
okay.
well, fuck it, screw that, I'm gonna fix this.
Hold on, we got to fix everything. Okay. What do we want? I mean, the real easy way is to just upgrade our crew, because then we don't have to. That's just one thing.
Yeah, that's a nice, easy problem solved. Our crew is better, and they can do all the hard work we can't.
No, it's us, the quality of like us,
Of your crew.
our personal gear.
Yeah, but
it's just like,
but your ship begins with 2 cred in your hull, and you're going to spend that on your training.
We would spend it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It's more expensive if you do it later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? That's true.
Yeah.
Check this guy out. Won't let me have a free ability, but it's like, oh no, let's level up quick. It's all good.
No, but Brian is playing as written.
I'll give you as written. I'm down, by the way. Yeah, let's literally just do it to level up. What does that do exactly?
Upping our crew quality. It means like, because all the factions have tier levels. So we would be effectively tier 0. So if we're going up against almost anybody, like they're going to have kind of an edge on us.
You're saying tier 1 would be where.
So we're tier 1. At least the starting level factions were on an even level with them.
The faction you work for is tier 2. They're still establishing themselves in the area. So
yeah, we can go up with them. Sounds good to me.
Yep.
Yeah, so the downside of this is like we're spending all our cred. So like later on, there's going to be questions, and they're going to be like, "Oh, you're going to piss off this faction unless you give them a cred," and it's like,
well,
we already spent that. So
you're pissing off people.
Yes, there we go.
Oh, Brian, let's just make more cred. I don't see what the problem is here. Just make more cred.
All right. So where do we track your? Hang on.
Well, let's see.
Where do we track
quality goes?
There it is.
In the middle and in the top.
All right.
And then we have to change the fill color on these to get rid.
I'll do it.
Okay. I mean, everything else is marked with X's, and then for some reason,
I don't know why it's not working. Here, let me do this. There we go. Is that the ability we want, or not?
Oh,
which one?
One thing I would recommend is getting rid of a lot of the special abilities, because for a one shot, a lot of them like don't apply much.
Yeah.
And I tended to like if I'm running a one shot, I'll just like give them a choice between like one or like a couple of them.
Which ones do you think make the
I'm
most
trying to think.
sense?
License, heat, you can carry particle weapons.
So I think for this particular scenario,
Yeah, license could matter.
for this particular scenario, if you go into it, you don't deviate. The
Mhm.
snatch and grab makes sense
Okay.
as an option.
Okay.
If I may argue, I don't think license matters because it's a one shot and you're not gonna have the consequences of your heat really matter until the end of the job, right?
Yeah, I was looking more at the just using particle weapons on your ship and carrying legally. You can bring blasters. It depends on the scenario, right? If we're in a
True.
station where we're gonna like we either have to smuggle in weapons or else
So
we're not allowed to use them, then that would be
I've already established that you work for an organization, so I think that this first one is already a given.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
That's established within how I've set this up. So if there's like, let's see, I don't know how much long-term projects will really
Yes,
be
see,
able
like
to
long-term projects are
kind of,
not.
yeah.
A lot of times when you're playing a well, for the first scenario, a lot of times you don't roll an engagement roll. I don't know if you're planning on having a.
I'm gonna roll an engagement roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean that's
So
it's not super exciting because it's just like one roll that it does anything. A deadly is also like always makes a lot of sense at the start because that's when you're starting characters, you've got the least number of ability points, so getting one extra one
it's always useful.
is that much more relevant then than later.
I don't know if this is gonna matter, the play both sides, because
Yeah, play both sides doesn't matter much. Snatch and grab it isn't that fun because it's just like one die on one roll for the whole session.
But that's if, David,
that's
you're
the
doing it with only one engagement. What if you're
yeah.
doing a multiple engagement one shot?
I'm
Like
just
when
gonna
I've
I'm just gonna do
that's
one engagement as a one shot,
Yeah.
and I can see, yeah, get the snatch and grab.
but it could be helpful.
I feel snatch and grab is a trap, so they don't pick deadly. If you're doing a one shot and you're like, all right, guys, look, we only have one game play. What we're gonna play, they want to take the thing that gives them the most benefits. And on everything on that list, the one thing everyone can use is deadly.
Deadly's
Everyone.
Deadly's always useful. Loaded for bear is great if it's gonna be like an action heavy session.
I don't know if it will be because of the players, what they're gonna
Yeah.
do. Like
So I mean,
yeah.
you might want to just leave a couple of them and just say, but I mean, you could really just tell them if you guys want a lot of like blaster fire and guns blazing, I recommend this one. If you want more of this, then I recommend this one.
Yep. I think I'm gonna like leave it as is. So if there's like one, so we had you fill out most of the ship and as a mechanic fix the ship, as it were. Lloyd, is there one of these remaining options that you think would be fun to try?
I mean, there is very few reasons why I would not pick deadly.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm trying to think, okay, no matter what happens, someone will always need to roll command or scrap or skulk for something. There's no reason why I wouldn't pick. I'm trying to think of anything else less for one shot, especially for two players. But
yeah, and it can and it also will often up your attribute for something, which gives you more dice when you're resisting.
When you're resisting, like it's too useful not to take for a one shot. Which is why, if I were you, I would remove it.
Remove deadly.
And then just give them an extra point when they start the game, so make it 8 and just make your life so much easier.
I mean, you can just make it force us to just choose licensed and not have anything else.
Yeah, you could also just be like, you don't get anything else, you just get licensed. But license, unfortunately,
not unreasonable.
It's not reasonable, but it's also for your one shot. Is pointless because they're like, well, I guess we gave 2 less E.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna leave
not just 2 less E. We also are like legally allowed to walk
Yes.
around with our guns.
Exactly.
Bold of you to assume they weren't going to do that no matter what you said. They're like, all right, so come in the freaking
All right.
machine gun.
So I have these remaining 3 options. I would like for you to choose one because I'm
All right.
interested in seeing how it might play out.
All right, I'm going to pick loaded for bear.
Okay.
Yeah, that gives us cool looking armor.
All right.
There's mechanical benefits too, but most importantly, we look cool.
All right. And that's what's important in this game.
Yeah, like, there's no reason not to pick deadly if deadly's there. Like, no matter what game I play, I'm like, I'm going to take the one that gives us more skills. Why would I not pick that? No reason not to pick that.
So let me just ask you a theoretical question. So if Snatch and Grab was like similar to Deadly, but it was beyond just the engagement role, do you think that would be more favorable to choose?
What do you mean beyond just engagement role?
So like what I'm seeing in that move is basically about being sneaky, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you're directly going up against someone. So if that was not just at the engagement role, but continued throughout the job.
So like a +1 on all skulk?
I don't know. I'm just asking.
I would take it because I like being overpowered. I would not consider that to be a good change.
Mm-hmm.
However, I currently, you're right, Snatch and Grab is, especially for one engagement and not like multiple engagements and a specific engagement, I'd say it's fairly weak. If you're doing multiple engagements, out of first one shot, I would have toned it down and said all engagement rolls get +1 die. And then like that's the thing your crew can get for this game. But since only one engagement, it's pointless. If you want to try and improve it, the only way I can think of improving it is making it like Deadly, but pick 3 other skills.
So, well, Skulk seems to make sense given how it's defined currently.
Yeah. Skulk, maybe
And
like I don't know, Skulk and something, not even maybe 2 skills, and be like that gets a +1, and you get +1 to engagement rolls when involving kidnapping. If they decide to go for kidnapping, so then you've got 2 things you're doing there.
Sure.
I don't know. Okay. I'm in my mind. I'm thinking about how it works and what goes on. Brian knows this better than I do.
I mean, I'm not here to redesign anything. I'm just curious on what your opinions are. Running it mostly close to as is.
No, right. Never run a game as is. You do Cortex. You should know this. Always I have
modules I can create and put in place. That is part of Cortex. All right. I think we have.
I guess in general, I would probably never choose Snatch and Grab as a crew. There's better options. The thing is, the special abilities for crews are in general in Scum and Villainy kind of less inspiring than some of the other Forged in the Dark games, because you have all these ship upgrades that you can spend your crew upgrades on instead, and those are kind of usually more interesting.
Sure. Okay.
So I found when running Scum and Villainy, people tend to like ignore the crew special abilities, except for maybe a couple really useful
like Deadly. Like, why would you not pick it? Why would you not pick Deadly? It's right there. Everybody gets free XP. Whoa! Okay.
All right. I need someone to choose color/look for this ship.
All right, Mechanic, you're up.
No, I picked our upgrade. This is your up.
I picked special ability. You're literally the shipbuilder.
All right, what is it? Color and look.
That's what it has on the top.
Oh, God. I care how the engine's running. I don't care what the paint job.
All right, fine. Can we have
I know it's got to match our armor, though, right? Our armor and our ship paint job all match.
Yep, it has to match. What is the cipher link?
Silver with purple lining. The purple to the right of your head, right now, David. Lift your hand up. That one. That purple right there.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
Or this one?
Yeah.
This
no,
one?
that's too close. That one.
This one? This one?
Yeah, that one right there.
This one?
No, right there. Stop. Silver with purple lining along the edges.
Awesome. Okay. That sounds good. Okay, so we're at the top of the hour. Is it okay if we take like a 5-minute break?
No. What are you gonna do if I said no, David? What are you gonna do?
I guess you're just gonna sit there.
I'm still gonna go to break anyway. See you later.
Let's take a 5 minute break so I can process the insanity,
All right.
and then we'll continue on. So we'll be back at about one after the hour.
No
We
sweat.
need to pick. We're
What?
going to pick our,
Yep.
our contact.
Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. All right, so no break yet.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I already have. Hang on here.
You got that picked for us.
I already have an NPC, but if you go to the NPC sheet, so the hunter captain Vecchion, he's the first one there. He's your main point of contact for bounties.
Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah. So that, and we'll figure out like who is the person between the two of you who's got that connection. Do you have a thought, or do you want to think about it?
I'll take it.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and we'll put Cypher in here.
I guess then we should get.
Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, two upgrades.
Yep.
2 upgrades. What are your 2 upgrades?
I thought we spent that on crew.
Which one on crew?
No, that's the system upgrades. They're the system qualities. Upgrades are like the little check boxes. Systems are the big ones, and then
Oh, okay.
upgrades
So
are the small ones.
So like beyond.
So like we have the brig, yeah,
and prowess,
and then like we have the jump drive, the grappling arm, and
okay. Well, why don't you each just choose one?
There you go.
Is it just the ones that are listed there, by the way, Brian, or is there more?
So all their upgrades, yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of. I would, especially for a one shot, not dig into like all the potential. I don't think, yeah, like the only.
I'm just gonna pick Nexus Link. David wants to go to Hollow
Go
break.
for it.
It's done. There, done. You pick the complicated one.
Nexus.
Okay, bye.
I'll go for stun weapons.
Wait, Lloyd, you have to choose not from.
Not from there. Oh, my
the
bad.
systems.
Oh, from here.
That's
All
fine.
right, got it.
No, that works. Nexus Link
That works.
No, wait,
Yeah.
I thought that was a system.
No, the system is comms, and then all of the things installed underneath are upgrades.
Yeah.
So we
So
can
Nexus Link.
We can choose
Nexus,
one of those.
So with Nexus Link is we can get.
Okay.
We actually specifically it's one we can get because comms start with a rating of 2, but there's only one thing installed,
Sure.
so there's room for another upgrade.
Okay. I thought we were stuck over on the list that's in like column W to AM.
Like the auxiliary training and all that, right?
Okay.
Yeah, there's the ship gear, the crew gear, the training, the auxiliary.
Okay. So
all those are also upgrades.
We have stun weapons.
Stun weapons and a Nexus Link.
Okay. All right. I think we're good there. Right?
All right.
Is that it?
Take your break.
Take a break. 5 after.
Take your break. 5 after.
Yeah, and then we'll come back. All right. See ya.
Hey, David.
Hey, Lloyd.
So I have food waiting for me.
Mhm.
I'll go pick it up in about 5 minutes.
Sure.
And when I get it, I'll come back up. I'll put my camera off while I eat. It's just that I didn't know I was signing up to this so late, so I
That's
didn't get
okay.
a chance to get food.
Don't worry about it. And I have some questions about to ask Brian, given his experience. So no problem at all. No, this has been very helpful to get both of you on here.
Sounds fair. Can I also make a suggestion?
Mhm.
If Card Generation, if you do it again and it still takes an hour, you're gonna have to cut it out
Right.
because an
Use
hour,
yeah.
yeah, you have to use pregens because an hour Card Generation is too long. 30
I
minutes, by 30 minutes, I should be rolling dice in the game
yep.
that
No,
I'm playing. If it's less
I
than
think
that, more than that, I'm not
so.
interested.
What I'm thinking of doing is just going with a pre-gen ship
Mm-hmm.
and pre-gen characters that I'll say if you want to modify them, you can, but we're gonna go ahead and get started.
Yep. What you should do pre-gen characters with like backgrounds and stuff when you put in, and then like a few things bad. And then after the first like few rolls, you go, if there's anything on character sheet you feel you want to
Yep.
change,
Yep.
you can change it now.
Yeah.
Done.
No, I agree. But I just feel given I want to understand the decisions people are making when they're making their characters, so this has been very helpful.
I'm glad I'm here to ruin your day.
No, never.
Oh shit, imagine you got like two more of these with me, baby.
It's gonna be great. I'm gonna be like ready for anything.
You got this, and then I'm gonna figure out what's called the other two as well. I'm gonna be there for those. I'm gonna try to anyway.
Yeah.
I've signed up for them, so I should be there at least for
Okay.
one. You don't need
Okay.
me for all the sessions, right? Just for one each, right?
You can be in as many as you want.
All right.
I'm looking to get experience being more comfortable running this game because I've never done it before. And then same with Apocalypse World. The space station one, I've run a fair amount of Cortex, so I'm just testing some new things in it. But yeah, whatever you want to, that's fair. Brian, are you there? Oh
I'm gonna
no,
lose Brian. Brian, goodbye. Brian, I
we
loved
can't
you.
lose, Brian.
Brian, no, we need you. I don't want to know some rules. Come back.
This is gonna be the most boring. Like I'm gonna flip through my notes now. Well, hopefully Brian's okay. I can hear his bird.
Nice. And Buried Treasure is Wednesday, right? So I should be there for that. I should be there for Promise of Peace.
Yeah,
The
whatever.
problem is that it's at 9 o'clock and I was a bit worried at the time, but yes.
That's okay. And you're like 7 hours ahead of us, so it's not a problem.
Sure.
All right, good. Brian's back. Phew.
Let's
Okay.
say Brian, tell us the rules.
So
Brian, please.
Lloyd, this is great podcasting. Lloyd, so Lloyd mentioned he's going to get some food in a little bit, and I said that's fine. But what I was wondering, Brian, if there are any things on this sheet, because I'm going to be presenting sort of a pre-gen ship and characters from when I do run this. If there's anything on this ship that you think would not be a great choice to choose, go ahead and highlight that. We already discussed special abilities. If there's anything else that you think, don't worry about it, just go ahead and mark it in like a color or something, and I'll just make it invisible or something.
Yeah, good question. I mean, so much of it is just it kind of depends on the scenario because
Mhm.
if there's no way your ship is going to get into combat itself, then
Sure.
shields are useless. But
Right. So yeah, it really
so it
does.
depends.
Yeah. So this you're going to be experiencing at least part of this scenario, so you can give me some feedback on that. But again, I like to follow the players, so the players are like, "Yeah, let's go like steal this thing over here." I'll be okay. Let's go do that.
For the Lloyd advice, I would
Yeah.
say make sure everything is put down, but all you gotta do is do the load output, but for the upgrades, contacts, auxiliary training, and crew gear. Go look at any time you can mark one of these things and you just have it. But only one, and that's it from each section. And they can just that way they're completely free to be like, all right, look, we need to know someone. Is this a good time to use
Yep.
a weapons dealer. It's a good time to have alien pets. It's a good time to be like that. No one cares about trading. That is useless. Get out the door. Chuck it in the bin.
I mean, training for a one shot is useless.
Right, right.
Dumb. No one wants it.
Oh,
Everything
are you saying
else
we should
is
not
important.
do an alien pet in a one shot?
No, I mean, no. That I said that should always be an option.
Alien pet's fun.
Space llamas are important.
When I'm running the game, I'm a big fan of the AI module because it's like, yes, put the ship under the control of an NPC that is mine. That's a great idea.
Brian, do you have any of your sessions recorded?
Yes.
Can I go watch it so I can judge your gaming?
That's totally
sorry,
what we're doing.
sorry, I was speaking for David there. I apologize.
I don't think they're up publicly anywhere, but
keep going. I'll be back. Like,
Sure,
don't
no
stop,
problem.
everyone. I'm still here. I'll be back.
Yeah, I'd be curious because I've been seeing how I'm watching the Strauss ones that he did with Sean and Jory and Andy, and there's like several, like 15 with 3-parters, and I'm like a third of the way through that. But so I think I've gotten a hand of how they do it, but I'd be curious to see how other people might do it.
Yeah, I can see if I can.
You can email it.
Send you a link. Yeah, I'll email it to
Thank
you.
you. Yeah, and I'll, if you're both okay with me sharing this really rough thing online, I'll probably cut a fair amount of this stuff out of it because I don't think people need to hear about what we're having for lunch or anything. All right. Let's see what that does. Okay, so Hard Knocks gives you additional gambit. Let's see. Okay, that's not too useful. All right. Cool. All right. So you've run multiple sessions of Scum and Villainy?
Yeah, I've run a few different that have gone, maybe 4 or 5 sessions. I had one that went a little bit longer. It was maybe like 9 or 10. We were like about to get into like the finale, and that group fell apart. And then I've run one shots. I ran it at Big Bad Con, and let's see, I did that at Big Bad Con, and then I did it at a couple times for the Gauntlet Con, and maybe 1 or 2 other times. So like I kind of did the same one shot. Well, it's not exactly the same one shot. I have a scenario where they can pick any of the 3 crew types. So it's the same like setting, but like what they're there to do is different depending on which crew type they pick. So I've run it a fair bit. Yeah, so it was at Big Bad Con when I played Scum and Villainy the first time. So it was the crew the first draft of the crew sheets was out, but
Mm-hmm.
not the crew you know the player sheets were out, but the crew sheets hadn't been released yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think they had only made the smuggler uh, crew because that's what we played. We weren't given a choice. Um,
Gotta test what you're ready for. Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. What I miss?
All right. Oh, we were just talking about how we're gonna have to figure out how to deal with your character, the mystic.
we
Oh
just we
yeah.
just we decided to take away your special ability.
Oh
I
okay.
actually think
Do
you
you want me to
need
just have a normal thing? I can
you
just switch characters. I can just switch characters. It's not
No.
hard.
No. Okay. So we've got our ship, our crew. We got our characters. We got factions. All right. And so let me pull up a sheet. Where did I put it? There we go. So I've added or made visible the warrant tab. And so this is the MacGuffin, the NPC MacGuffin.
Oh, look all this work you went through. Damn, baby.
All right. Well, you can only do so much in Google Sheets, but I think it looks kind of close to what's on Killjoys. All right. So let's see. So
is that a character from the Matrix? Where is it? It looks familiar.
I
No.
think
Or
it
Alien?
is. I think it is from the Matrix, one of the movies. I don't. It might be the newest one. I don't remember. Um, sir, not getting. I did not put in photo credits here, so I'm a bad GM. Um, so, anyways, so here's how I picture this, and you guys can let me know if this is wrong. But I feel like this would be framed where you'd get your call or you get your message, and this would come through on your personal devices, your pads, that this is the warrant that's active, and you'd be competing against the other bounty hunters that work for this faction, and the time on it is four days in game, obviously, and you're to coordinate with this Marshall Cinder who works in the IOTA system. And so what I think would be cool is to find out from the two of you, what what do we normally see you doing? Are you on your ship? Are you at a station? Are you somewhere else? What does that look like as we're kind of opening the show up and you get this message on your device?
So I have an image of mine. It might affect what happens to your image though, Link. So, but I'm gonna go for it anyway, because fuck it's a one shot.
Go for it.
The opening shots for my character, for Cypher, will be Cypher coming into like being what's called walking up to what looks like an importantly like an important like moment where like there's like a whole like special there's like an underground area. They've got their hood up so we can't see their face. They go down the stairs. There's a man standing there at the door. They look up and they're like, "Oh, you're here." They look at them. I look at them. I wave my hand at them. They go, "Ah, you're here for that." I nod my head quiet slowly. You see them look at each other. Look at the sides. They go, "We'll prepare right away." They move around, move things about. The camera stays on my eyes. We go on to this like seedy underbelly area where all these dirty things are around, and we go to the back and they go, "It's ready." And they open this door, and when they open it, it's actually like a luxurious bathroom with candles lit in the corners and a big bath in the middle. And then I take off my robes, and the first shot we get of me on my face is me settling into this bubble bath, this like psychic powered bubble bath, and me just lying being like, "Oh." And just letting the weight off my shoulders because I feel like that really signifies the character I'm trying to play.
So you're like already starting with your vice.
I'm already starting with my vice, like straight up in a bath, already like, oh, just soaking up my pain,
So is
just
there like
enjoying myself.
what's the sound? Is there music? Is there just like quietness or what are we?
Well, the starting bit is like the starting bit's like the weird cyberpunk music
Yeah.
you always get for shows like that.
Yep.
And then when it gets to that bit, it just switches to classical. So like we have like three tenors singing in the background and me just sinking in into this water while this classical music is playing from like the old earth. And I'm just enjoying myself and just enjoying a good luxury bath. My communicator, of course, is right next to me, so I
Yep.
can pick it up in annoyance when I get the call.
Of course. And then we cut over to Link, where we see what is Link doing at this time.
I mean, Link is doing exactly what I'm doing, which is he's on the Nexus link, scrolling through. He's trying to find that actor that popped into his head and figure out where he knows them from and what their name is. And that because yeah, we just got this warrant message coming in, and I was like, God, that the target looks like that actor.
I love that you went out your way to find the picture as well.
What movie?
What vid is he from? I hope that you, when you meet, if you meet this character, you address them by their actor name. All right. So yeah, I think what we see is we see like like a diagonal split of when the warrant comes on in both of your screens, and we get your actual like honest reaction to it, which might be disdain or frustration from Cypher. Might be like, I don't know, distracted, kind of like, huh. I don't know how Link would respond to a warrant of this, but it's basically like what it says. You're supposed to capture this person and return them to someone in law enforcement in the IOTA system. So, given that there's no like stress or anything on the ship, right? It's just the ship is the ship. Um, is Link, is he in the ship or is he like away from the ship? Okay, because I noticed Strauss mentioned that they had envisioned that you don't stay on your ship unless you have like crew quarters or something like that.
Yeah, no, we don't have crew quarters, so yeah, I mean he's not living on the ship,
Yeah.
but yeah, so we're docked somewhere. But yeah, I don't think Link doesn't spend his cred on luxurious apartments. He's got like you know a tiny spot with a bed, but yeah, he's on the ship using the ship's Nexus link to
Awesome. Okay, so um before we cut to credits, do we see any other reaction from either of your characters?
Well, can we play a call?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So yeah, I've like picked up my communicator.
Yeah.
I'm in the bath and I'm like,
oh yeah, and so then the screen is like the screen of the
split.
warrant gets minimized. Yeah, and then we see Captain Vecchion, who's connected to Cypher through some prior experience, comes on, and he looks a little distracted. Like, all right, sent you the warrant.
Good afternoon to you too.
Good evening over here.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Why this warrant? Why now?
You're a bounty hunter? Like, this is how you make your money? Unless you, let me ask you.
No, I didn't say I wouldn't take it. I just wanted to know anything special.
Right.
That's all.
Right,
Hold
right.
up.
No, but out of character, does
No.
does
That's what she'd say.
Yeah, does the captain know your past, or have you kept that secret?
The captain doesn't know my past.
Okay.
They just
All
know
right.
I'm about to.
Yeah. So if you don't want it, there's others out there.
No. I didn't. We didn't say. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Link, did you say that? Because then Link is also on the side screen.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, so we now have Link brought into the conversation.
Brought in for no reason. And I'm like, honestly, Link just talks mad shit about you. I don't know what's up with that. I don't personally get it. I don't know why. Thanks, Link. And I'll push it back down again.
So like
We'll take it.
you like Vecchion like gives you this cold stare when you bring up like Link talking shit about him. He's like, "What?"
I think
Anyway, if Link Link talks
you
to
see
me, go on.
you see text on Cypher's screen where Link is like sending the message. It's like it's specifically we're told don't ask or share. Don't ask.
And
That's
I'm
the
like,
code.
I'm looking at the message, right? And you see me just like literally just go and put it back on red. And I'm like, we'll take the job.
All right. Well, there's two others out there already interested. Whoever gets to it first, that's the name of the game.
Why?
I hope you put your hard-earned credits into your engines.
First off, don't judge. Secondly, have a good day. Click. And then I'm like, and then as I'm getting out of the bath, then I'll call Link.
Yep.
Okay, Link, what's the status? What do we do?
So hang on. I think what we do is we cut. There's the
Oh,
big
gotcha.
credits, blah blah blah. Now do want to do the engagement roll. Does that make sense to do that now before you start planning, or what?
Well, usually you pick your approach.
Yep.
And then you jump to rolling the engagement.
Okay.
Don't we have to actually like have a mission first? Because we haven't found him yet, right? Or
So
do you do it while you're trying to find him?
So when I was reading the rules, and tell me if there's a better way to do this, it seemed like that if you don't know specifically, you can do an information gather, right?
Sure.
But not to over plan it. So here's what I'm just gonna say is like this person is in the IOTA system. That's what I think it says on the warrant, if I got that correct. And the rest is up to the characters how we want to pursue that. So what makes sense to do at this point? Is it to engage with the mechanics or do a little bit more narration?
I didn't quite say that again.
Yeah. So should we go to a roll, or should we do some more like fiction before we get to that point?
I mean, it really is because you pick your approach. So I think really it's about I'd say if the players are kind of like seem like they're lost and they have no idea what approach they want to do, then it's probably a good idea to just do a little bit of, what do you do to get a little more info to help you decide?
Exactly.
And,
so like information.
And then as soon as you feel like they haven't, try to quickly jump to, because and also if people are like hesitant or whatever, you just remind them like flashbacks. You've got flashbacks. So if you don't need to know, you just jump in, and then if you realize like, but we're lost and we don't know what we're doing,
right?
But you do, and you can flashback to set it up.
Okay. So I was thinking of an information gather role, and then we can do potentially an engagement planning and engagement based off of that. Okay. So all right. So now we're getting to it. Okay. So we know that this person, this target is in the IOTA system. Now, do we just basically say who wants to take the lead on this? Like who's going to make the information roll?
Oh.
Let me see here.
We need your input. Brian, help us.
Brian, you're our only hope.
Well, I mean,
hang on.
Like Cypher's got consort, so if we're like reaching out to contacts for info, then that would be a way to go. If I'm just searching on the Nexus link, I have hack, so we could do it that way. I mean, it's kind of
So like, let me go ahead and talk your decisions through to give me a better idea of how I might guide the players. So what you're doing is sounding good. So okay, so we have like basically the Nexus internet to gather some information, or we have contacts to consort with, right?
Mm-hmm.
And can we do a combination of both? because there will be no reason why we wouldn't do a combination of both.
You mean
Can
like
like
with
one
the
of us
two
assist the
characters?
other? No, or have one character assist the other. Is
Oh,
that possible? So we have only one role.
yeah.
Because while
Assisting costs one stress. I mean, that would be the
yeah,
reason not to, basically.
yeah.
Otherwise,
I don't.
sure.
Yeah, because it's not like one of you would just sit there. Right.
So it could be a thing of me getting up, picking up the phone, being like, all right, I'm gonna start going to places. Tell me where to go and start looking. I'll ask around what I can. Keep me posted. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to IOTA and just walk around, speak to people I know while you hack, while you consult the internet to see what you can find out. I mean, does that sound fair?
Yeah. That's.
Sure.
I mean, it sounds good. I just don't know if that makes sense in the rules.
Seems fine.
Okay. So would one player spend stress while the other kind of took the lead, or would we have each of them make separate roles?
I'm always a big fan of the less roles you have to do, the better. If you can combine it into one role, then just have one person spend
Okay.
stress to do that.
So, I feel like, given it, what it sounds like is that Cypher's doing more like physical work. Maybe you spend the stress.
All right.
Okay. All right. So then we'll have. So that here. Let me go over here. I'll make sure. So we've got a gambit. An assist. Take one stress. No one's pushing themselves, right?
Nope.
No one's taking devil's bargain. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Um, okay, lead to a group action to set up a teammate. So this is a group action. Each PC who's involved makes an action roll using the same action, and the team counts the single best result, the overall.
Well, that would be a different thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
a group.
Okay. So
Well,
assist is a different thing. You get a plus
yes,
one to your roll.
there's basically, I think, 4 different types of
Teamworks.
Teamworks.
Yep, I'm looking at it. So this is
Yeah.
the assist one.
This is the assist, where you
Okay,
spend
so
one stress,
yeah.
give someone a bonus die.
Okay, so I think that's what Link is doing. Okay, and you have the die roller.
I do.
Okay,
So am I assisting or am I being assisted?
you are being assisted.
I'm doing assistant because I'm physically going around talking to people
Yeah.
while you're sending me information.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, got a 5.
Okay. All right. All right. So that is that. Go down here. Okay. All right. So here's what I think happens is that, let me pull up my map. Star systems, Iona. Okay. So what you find out, I think, from multiple sources is that the target was seen trying to find basically transport off of Amarath, planet in the Iota system, trying to get away, and that they were spotted looking not too different than what the image you have. But given the image you have, which is crappy, I think you're going to get some more information, and that is this person is, they've got this sort of like coveralls, but underneath that, it looks like they're wearing almost like a gown or something, like they were a patient. And this person has some sort of like almost like connections on them in their back. This isn't meant to be a direct reference to the Matrix. It's just coincidence, honestly. But that they were undergoing some sort of medical procedure, possibly, and that they left in a hurry. And so I think this person is still, last known, still looking for a way off the planet. Probably no money, and I think you get a complication off of a 5.
I mean, it's usually gather info is just like a fortune roll, so
Okay, so not necessarily.
there aren't necessarily consequences.
Okay.
But if you want to put one in, I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah, because I could see one in the fiction where we would see another faction doing something. And so I think that's, I'm going to mark it. I probably don't need to, but I'm going to do it for myself. I'm going to mark one of these factions. Where are they? I just saw them. As, okay. I'm going to mark this faction as alert. This is the Vignerons.
Who the hell are the Vignerons?
I guess we might find out.
Uh,
Tune in for season 2.
I think they might be the space vampires.
I'm like, oh, great, more space vampires.
If I'm thinking of the right group.
If only of your space garlic. All right. So I think what we've seen is that cut scene over of there's an alert, security alert that subject A1X has been discovered on Amarath. So the audience knows that they're sending an agent or something out there. Sorry, my dog wants in. Hi dog. Hi dog. All right. So you know that at least according to your bounty hunter contact, that there's at least 2 other teams who are trying to get similar information to get this target. And now that there's this faction who's been alerted to this, is what the audience knows. Okay, so I think what we would do is planning an engagement. Does that make sense? Okay.
Sure.
All right.
If I may,
go ahead, Lloyd.
I feel you should allow the players chance to breathe before you bring something up, because they may unintentionally roll into plan an engagement. Because currently you've gone straight from you have information, do an information roll, now plan an engagement. So don't even give them that detail. Don't even talk about that. Just be like, what do you want to do? What are you thinking of?
Okay.
And then just watch them roll into it. Because we've all seen the movies and we all know the tropes.
I know. I'm just part of my brain is just struggling to like make sure the rules pieces are maybe flowing. Not, but I agree with you. All right. So what would you were basically saying? What do we see next from the characters? What do you guys want to do or do? Okay. So you've got this information.
Okay, Link. So we know they're looking for ways of the planet. They're probably still here. I have an idea, but you're not going to like it.
Why am I not going to like it?
Well, because it kind of involves you talking.
I'm not gonna like it if it's a bad idea.
No, I mean it's a good idea. It's just well, how do you feel if we advertise that we need to leave in a hurry and we're looking for someone to pay for us to leave? Why go try and get him where we can have him come to us? He's desperate. He needs to get out.
Yeah.
We simply make a call going, we're leaving immediately. We will want an extra person. We will take anyone. We're happy to have it. Advertise exactly what he was looking for. Same details, same time zone. Say it's an emergency. Say we need to go. Get it out on the street. Have him come to us instead.
But no, I like the idea of him coming to us, but I mean, if he's on the run, just got out of medical care, he's not going to have like a ton of cred on him. How do we convince him that he's what we're looking for?
To be simple, people who are that bad are desperate. Most likely, during his time down here, he has something else on offer. I don't know what that thing would be or how much he's willing to go for, but if he's desperate enough, he will go for anyone who's willing to leave. What we should do is make it sound like we're also avoiding bounties.
Here's an idea.
All right.
You're into that weird mystical crap.
Yeah.
You pretend you're some kind of cult leader and you're looking for people willing to come on a pilgrimage.
A pilgrimage.
He's gonna hear
that. That's not how the way works. It's not a pilgrimage.
No, nobody cares. He doesn't care.
Me,
he's gonna hear. He's gonna hear free passage off planet. I can I can lie to these weirdos and tell them I care about a pilgrimage.
I'm not doing a plan till you say that it matters.
I don't even remember what part matters. What?
All of it. It's not, nobody cares. Take it back and then we'll do the plan. I'm down.
You obviously you care very much, and
Thank you.
and I'm
I
saying
respect your beliefs. Why don't you respect mine? I think that's very rude, personally.
this isn't about your real beliefs. This is about convincing this guy that we're willing to give free passage because you're great, but we're going to pretend to be, religious wackos.
So I think your plan is good, but there's a flaw in it. So how about this plan? I pretend to be a cult leader, and we say we're going on a pilgrimage, and then he'll think about freedom and come along. What do you think? I know it's crazy, but what do you think?
Isn't that? I feel like that was my plan.
What? No, your plan was not that. It was way better when I said it. I'm so glad you agree. So anyway,
you're right.
Let's get
You're brilliant. Your plan is brilliant.
Of course I am. Let's go. Why did I fly with you? So kind.
Okay. All right. Let's do this. Okay.
It sounds like we're using deception.
That's what it sounds like.
We're gonna try anyway. I am used. I figured it was the easiest thing to go. It worked out in there. Straight up. What plan? Deception done.
Lloyd, that's a really great plan that your character came up with. Okay. We already did that. All right. So let's see. We don't do an item loadout till we make the roll, or do we make the loadout before the roll?
I don't know that it. I mean, in my experience, you always make the engagement roll, start the mission, and then remember. Oh wait, we were supposed.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Oh shit, I'm lying. That's how it works, right?
Pretend you already picked loadout. What's everybody's loadout?
So what's your loadout? What's your loadout as pretend cultists?
Yeah, I think in the book technically it's right after the.
Okay, because in the book it's before the roll information.
So it looks like before you make the roll, you choose
because I think they don't want you to just. Oh yeah, we had.
It's because they don't want you to forget, even though you'll always do.
Yeah. All right, what's your loadout? Choose your loadout. All right, go ahead and mark it on your sheets, please.
Done.
Light. Yeah, I guess light.
Come on,
you don't have to be light.
This is just a person who's escaped a medical institute. That can't be a big deal.
Yeah, but also you don't have to go light. I feel like I definitely need to go light. You can go mid. Also, don't forget we get +1 load.
What from?
Thing. Loaded for bed. Doesn't that give us +1 load?
No, it just basically gives us free armor.
Your crew can carry +1 load.
Does it?
They have distinctive and high quality armor. So is it just restricted to armor then? Or is it two things?
No, I guess we're just.
Yeah.
We know where armor comes in.
I think it's two things.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Wow, that's even better than I realized.
I know, right? Literally the only other choice next to
If
Deadly.
only someone had chosen Snatch and Grab. I guess we'll see how this goes.
I'll go light. We're doing deception. We got to.
Okay. Are you guys rolling up in your ship or some other borrowed vessel to take to your ship?
Our ship probably isn't registered as a bounty hunter ship. And we could say it is the ship that's transporting us to where we need to go. Right?
I mean, yeah, I'm the pilot with the ship that you've hired.
Your ship is a bounty hunter ship. Yeah.
Well, it is a bounty hunter. He's not going to see the ship till we capture him, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we'll capture him, then put him.
Capture him before that.
Okay, cool.
It'll be fine.
All right. So, and then if we need flashbacks or anything else, we can fill that in. It's not a problem. Okay, so let's see. Now I need to, let's see. Sheer luck is 1 die. I feel like you have an advantage. Brian, go ahead.
No, I'm just
Oh, okay. Yeah.
1 die.
I think you have an advantage. I think you're taking advantage of the situation and the profile of the target. So I feel like that's an extra die.
That's fair.
Um, I don't know that yet you have a many major disadvantage yet. I think that until the competition, whatever that is, shows up, then you might. Um, so as far as I know, those are the the dice for that. I don't see anything else that's listed in the rules here. Okay, and this is not against a target number. It's just a roll using this dice pool, correct?
Yes.
Like
And
there's no like
then
position effect.
No, yeah, no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
It's
Okay,
it's a
just
straight up roll.
okay.
And then we just see
So
what it says.
yeah. So who's fictionally who's taking the lead on this? It sounds like Cipher is.
No, because I won't be doing all the talking. It will be
Okay,
Link doing all the
so
talking
Link is kind of structuring things. Okay, Brian, go ahead
of
and
my plan.
go ahead, Link, if you want to make a roll.
I like to apologize to Brian for me. Brian's like, I'm not talking about that guy again, fucking widow.
that is 2 3s.
Oh, wonderful!
Well,
That's good because it puts us in a desperate position to start.
You can get
So
experience
we
why
points.
can
would you
start.
say that's good?
So we can start earning XP right
Yes,
away.
because
Why would you say that's good?
I I like Brian's attitude here.
It's a one shot. We're not gonna get it.
You mind if you keep
Not if we
going
don't.
like
Not if
this?
we don't start rolling desperate actions right
Exactly.
away, and we got to keep rolling them.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. So here's I love this. So first of all, I got to do some flavor text. All right. So the world of Emirath is a lush biome. The planet has become well known for its pharmaceuticals research and manufacturing. The planet is well tended. It's due to the comprehensive attentions of the guild. The garden city of Ross is in perennial bloom, warm, gentle rains come frequently. I think like when we see the shot of what's going on here, it's like a beautiful sunny day. There's that mist, so you can see like the rainbow patterns through the mist. People are wandering around having cocktails in this area of this city, and we see someone who obviously looks out of place. He's wearing dirty overalls, and underneath that is a sweaty sort of garment, and his hair is starting to come in more, and he looks panicked, and he looks like he's heading towards the rendezvous, the pickup spot that's not too far away that you had set up. So go ahead and frame for me, what does this setup look like? Is there like a basically a space taxi or something, or are you just meeting at a booth or a location? What have you set up for him to find you at?
just heads up. I think we can't miss a chance to set up at a bar.
Sure.
Like Brian, come on, we gotta at least set up. We need it. It's important for the fiction that we set up at a
Okay.
bar when things get desperate.
I'm more interested in joining this cult now. All of a sudden, maybe this cult has some good ideas.
It's happy hour at the cult. Always happy hour. Okay, so yeah, he finds his way to this bar. What does this bar look like?
Do you want me to take it or do you want it, Brian?
God, what is this bar?
This is in a nice area of town.
It's a nice area, but we're looking for people.
There are always
That-
going to be people with money
We're
or children of people with money who may want to join an
yeah, I mean
experience.
we're posing as people who are like we're looking for people who've come here
Mhm.
where the best medical care is available and they haven't whatever they have is untreatable. They're
Mhm.
desperate.
Yep.
That we're playing the part of cult members preying on those people.
Yep.
Yes, but also remember that we also have the image. We have to have the mental image of we don't know how bad they have, so we think, oh, let's be in a nice bar. They'll come to that, right? How hard can that
Well,
be?
like I don't know if any of you experience like timeshares and similar things like that. They
No.
usually surround you with like amenities and comfort and then they set the mood for so that they can prey on you. They get you comfortable. So I feel like this bar is like has like an open bar, right? It's like, yeah, come on in here because they're getting a kickback or whatever. So like I feel like this thing has been pretty well set up. And there's like people of different ages and backgrounds from surrounding area who are here as well who got the message.
I love
So
it.
you have you have
Did our desperate role mean we were too successful and we've attracted
I
a
I
ton of
you
people who
have
want to join?
legitimate people with medical concerns, last hope, are now here. Like all like the casting director look anyone who looks really sympathetic, you are in this scene.
All right, yeah, that's the setting, I guess. That's it.
There's tapas, there's yeah.
I love it. I'm sitting down. I've ordered an expensive drink, but it's of course like disguised as like a water thing because I don't want people to know I'm actually drinking real booze. And I'm wearing like these long white robes that I think look culty. Like I guess they look culty. I don't know. I'm
You
whatever
bought it
this
from
is.
Space Cult R Us.
Space Color us there. That'll do. Whatever this would do. As long as the space pirates don't see me wearing this, I'm okay. And I'm just wearing it. I've got like it's like a big long roby number with robes and like white things dangling off it. I don't understand the point of clothing.
And I feel like when you move they make these little chimey noises and things.
Yes,
Yeah, tinkling noises.
I'm dressed
Okay.
for the occasion.
And Link, are you disguised? Or are you also blending in as another cultist?
Yeah, I think I'm just as dressed as another cultist, and yeah, just telling people like, um, yeah, what's your cult leader name? We need a
Shihan. No, she has my real name. Han Shi. There.
That's really creative.
yeah.
So
I'm
creative.
just like telling them like, well, I mean, Hanshi will get the vision of who should come.
It's coming to my mind soon. The way will guide
I
me.
don't.
And then Lena go, you have the worst plans, by the way. The way will guide
So
me.
there I think what you see is coming over towards you is like single mother with this young child, and the child does not look healthy, and the mom looks like stressed, and she says, we heard about this and we wanted to give it an opportunity because nothing else has worked, and my child has been diagnosed with this terrible disease, and this, like, everyone's promised things, we've lost our savings, this is our last hope. And the child kind of looks up at you, and the lighting of the scene catches, there's like a single tear starting to form, and the mom grasps at your sleeves and says, Hanshi, you're my only hope.
My dear, I will pray to the way for your child and see what we can do. But I cannot, unfortunately, take you on our progress. Most doesn't exist. I have to see if the way guides you. But what not? My people will make sure we come again and will ensure that your child is taken care of.
So, like,
Out
right
of
at
curiosity, though, what doctors have you been to see? Can I recommend a few? Have you tried? Right?
so I think what we see is kind of like over the shoulder shot of the target, who I guess we'll call the kid. The kid scrambles in, kind of looking over their shoulder, and grabbing like a small drink with like a space umbrella in it, drinks it, and kind of is like lurking around the edges, kind of looking out the window, but kind of very unsuccessfully skulking kind of closer to the cultists. So, Link, you probably noticed this while the Hanshi is giving doctor advice or suggestions to this mother and child. What do you do? There's a tight group of a crowd around you, and all of them are
Mhm.
hoping to be the ones selected for this.
um, I'll just try to get some space, and so I can kind of like be free of the crowd, and then yeah, kind of indicate like,
What? Why are you waving at me? Like, why do you keep? What do you? I don't understand what you're doing. Why did you keep doing? Why did you keep doing that? I don't. What are you
So
trying to
there's probably I feel like this is a common in the show. We see this
do?
a lot.
And I look, I'm like, oh, that's what he's. Wait, my visions are coming back. The way is guiding me. Oh, faithful companion, I say, put my hand on Link's shoulder. Show me the way. The way must be guided by your hand. They are amongst us. The pilgrimage we shall take today. Amongst these people that you should point out real quick so we can get going.
Okay, and just at that time we see sort of the we see three figures solidly built moving by. They have this sort of um I guess experienced military look to them, and they're looking out, and they're one of them is heading towards the entryway, and they have there's the camera notices, probably one of you notices, there's this sort of tattoo on the neck of one of them. It looks like maybe a wolf biting down on something. So who of between the two of you has maybe run into a competing bounty hunter mercenary group um, involving a wolf tattoo?
I'll let you take this one, Link.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I'm helping.
The Scarlet Wolves, right?
Okay, so this was before I met up with Cypher and was just trying to like, yeah, I guess I
Do you want to do a flashback?
um yeah, I mean, the thought is just like I was trying to be a bounty hunter on my own. I've got the ship and basically just got, you know, outcompeted by these guys. Like just like like maybe I did a little bit of tracking the target that just served to like make it easier for them to just like I just led them to the target. They grabbed and said, "Yeah, thanks, kid."
If I may add a bit more flavor to that, could
Mhm.
it be that their specialty is stealing bounties underneath other bounty hunters' noses? That's like their actual thing, and that's why they're called wolves. In fact, can we change their name to coyotes?
Oh, oh, I love that this is a splinter group
Yes,
with a modified tattoo.
modified
And
tattoo.
instead of whatever normally the wolf would be, it's like the symbol that they're biting down on is representative of other people's bounties.
Yes,
Oh, predators of predators.
and they specialize in
Yeah.
basically watching other bounty hunters and steal their stuff. And they've been
Ah.
intentionally after you, Link, because you're always good at info, but not necessarily good at execution. Not that making your life harder for you because you're on my team, but I'm like, if we're gonna have the fiction,
Yeah.
let's have the fiction. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
So
does Link notice that these coyotes are on the way in?
I mean, I'm kind of more focused on the target, I
Okay.
think, at this
Then
point.
let's leave that as a a
Yeah.
complication.
And I
That's on
think
the
I
way.
think I'm pulling out a third robe,
Hmm.
and the goal is to like put it on
You've
our
selected
pilgrim.
someone. Yeah. Okay. All right. So here's what I'm wondering, because I feel like if this was a show, right? Like we cut to commercial, we come back, and I feel like the coyotes would make a move
Mhm.
while at the same time the target would come up and kind of try to judge if you were good to go with, like interview you in a desperate way.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yes.
So I feel like the target, the kid, comes up, and I think it doesn't go right away to Hanshu or Hanshi, because that's like the big important person, but goes to like to Link, whatever your alias is in this scene, and is gonna start to judge you and say like, "Are you the people for me?" Meanwhile, the mom is still intent on saying, "No, you're gonna choose me and my kid."
Lady, really, I don't have time for this. I'm trying to let her off very easily, and she's very assertive. I'm like, no, really, it's honestly, we're thinking of someone else. The visions have come. I need a minute, lady. Give me a moment. But of course, I haven't spotted the coyote, the what's called the Scarlet
Right,
Wolves.
right,
So
right.
I'm like, oh, we've got plenty of time. I'll just entertain her for a while.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of play into the role, like, and whatnot. So what do we have basically the kid just showing up and putting themselves in front of Link and looking, and I'm not making a roll because I don't make those
Mhm.
rolls, but are you thinking of the targets, like you said, come to us. Here they are.
Yep.
What are
Yep.
you doing in response to this?
Yeah, I'm gonna bake bake some mystical mumbo jumbo, and it's like, the pilgrim has arrived.
And obviously some people are going to respond to this and
And that
size them up and see if wait what makes them a better pilgrim than us.
oh, because my heart and his heart are beating together. Come, you are home, and I take out the rope to like
Wrap around him.
Okay,
wrap
Like,
around him.
I
I'm the
want you to
game.
make what I think would be a sway
I
action.
think it's a sway.
Do it.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
I
so
will.
like I think you were at desperate before.
Mm-hmm.
I think given what the audience is seeing with the guys coming, um, I think you think it's risky, right? Like, or do you think
Uh,
that this is controlled?
well, no, I think it's. I mean, it should be desperate, right? Because
Okay,
that's where we're
that's
starting
where we
at,
were. Okay, so
and that's
desperate.
that's basically it's yeah, it's because the character doesn't know that the
Right.
wolves or the coyotes are at the door, but
Sure.
it is
Okay.
desperate because they're there. Yeah.
Okay. So
So
Oh
desperate.
boy,
basically,
they're
I have
gonna
I have a lot less time to
Yeah. Yeah.
convince
To
him
do this
than
off.
I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your partner in crime is distracted with their bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And okay. And then do we decide on the effect or do
Mhm.
we?
Yeah. So
Okay.
you decide that before you roll anything.
Okay. So I think
So
you're.
it's kind of
Go ahead.
yeah. So it would kind of just be balanced. Like convincing someone of something
Yep.
might be kind of difficult, but at the same time, this kid's desperate, and we know he wants off planet, so he's like inclined to like.
I agree.
And I would say, yeah, I mean, honestly, the whole game like mostly lives at just like risky standard. Sometimes you feel like you're just saying risky standard for like every roll over and over, but
If
that's actually that's fine if
that's
that's
fine. Okay.
yeah,
I,
like
I agree. I agree with where he is at. You're kind of, I could go either way. The coyotes are over there and that could change things. So yeah, in
but also
terms of,
if we hadn't taken the crew upgrade,
yeah,
we would be tier 0 right now instead of tier 1.
hmm
That kind of could balance into like the
sure.
fact that like if we were tier 0, maybe this would be desperate limited, because like how
No,
well
they
are we
better be.
really how well are we really pulling off this act, right? Whereas but like the robes look better than they did would. They look like authentic, robes, or all that stuff you can kind of factor in.
Sure. Let's go with risky standard and
Desperate
see
standard.
desperate standard and
Desperate
go
That's
with
standard.
it.
what you got.
And unless I can get a devil's bargain, I'm gonna push myself.
I don't
I
see. I feel like the devil is already here. The devil is
I
Yeah,
was
they're
already
kind of
here.
I was gonna see. I feel like you're being surprised by the coyotes, so you don't have a sense of what else is going on here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just roll two sixes. Problem
Yeah,
solved.
no, I'm just trying to think like what this like it could be. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I will push myself
Okay.
and roll two dice. There's a
Hey, easy.
6. There's a 6.
Ooh.
Why didn't you roll that for the start? That'd have been just as good.
Because then
No.
I wouldn't have gotten this sweet, sweet experience point.
That's fair. That is fair.
All right. So you do it with increased effect, is what I'm reading here.
It would take 2 6s would be a crit,
Oh,
and
I'm
then it would
sorry. You
be
just do it.
increased
You
effect.
just do it. You're right.
So I just do it, no
So,
consequences.
so the kid says yes, goes along with I think the kid can see, like, like he's not seeing clearly, but he's seeing like this is a great out. So you encloak the kid, and some of the people are, to lesser or greater extent, okay with the decision. Like there's some people who are really struggling who are like, no, could you make an exception? Could you add, we have money, things like that. And you've got the kid. And I think you turn, like as you encloak and you turn, and we see like one of the coyotes just coming, like beelining right for you with this like shit-eating grin on him. Like this is gonna be so easy.
Do I see this
You see the
coyote coming?
person. Do we know if your character knows about the coyotes?
I feel like Link could give an indication for trouble is coming.
Like,
Like, oh my
Yeah.
fucking god.
I
I mean, obviously,
I've
this
told you.
person is in a different demeanor than the other people
Yeah.
who.
I've told you about the coyotes. Like that's part of why like
Yeah,
I wanted you to join up with me because I needed, doing
yeah.
it solo. I
So,
needed some backup.
so
So I give you some scripture. There's like there's among the lambs, a coyote is coyote.
Feel like you're never playing one of these again. And then I sort of walk over and go, no, please, everyone, no more people, no more people, no more people. Like I'm like pushing it when I get between him and the coyote. But I'm saying no more people and he gets close. I'm just gonna like go and just take him out quietly and be like, oh, this one is drunk. Let him sleep. And like, put him down on the seat gently. Like sort of like just quietly like do some like cool martial art nonsense just to knock him out a little. And then put him quietly on the bench.
for who?
To the coyote that's approaching.
The target?
No, the coyote.
Oh, you want to do some
I
subtle
want to
martial arts?
start martial arts just to like knock him out. Because
Okay.
if he's expecting Link to be fine, he's not expecting the freaking
Right.
poor innocent little pilgrim person
I
to
don't.
be like,
Yeah, I don't like. I feel like how we set the scene up. Like this person is focused on Link.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So do we make a roll for that?
I think so. Let's do
Okay.
it. Let's
All right. So
do it.
scrap.
Scrap. Let's
Okay.
fuck it up.
Okay. Right in this posh bar.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. Yeah, this is still desperate.
All right. I will push
Um,
myself
okay.
unless I have a doubles bargain.
Yeah. Go for it.
I'll spend a stress to assist you too. I'm trying to be extra distracting.
Okay.
Nice.
So I feel like given you, especially that you're now at a tier one, it's possible. I feel like either of you could make this determination that if there's a scuffle here and no one's got a good handle on the target, and given their condition, they may just flee. They're already scared,
Ah.
right?
But
So
wouldn't Link's role be him securing the target in
well,
the
that
robes as well?
to me
Yeah,
that means that Link wouldn't be able to participate in the combat,
That makes sense. That's fine. That's fine,
right?
Link. I'll be all right.
okay.
So like secure the target and leave your partner behind, maybe, right? Or help your partner against this experienced person.
Secure the target. It sucks, but I'll be all right. I'll be all right. I'll just have to not roll 3 threes.
Or 3 1s or
Or
3
3
2s.
ones. That could happen. I'm
Yeah.
gonna run 2 dice anyway, so it should be fine. Okay,
Okay.
fingers crossed. I got a 5.
That's not too bad. Okay, so you do it. There's a consequence. You suffer severe harm. A serious complication occurs. Okay. And then obviously you can do a resistance roll.
Yeah, I'll probably do a resistance roll
Yeah,
for
yeah.
that. 'Cause...
So I feel
Mark your
like
XP.
also, mark your XP.
so I feel like
You need
the
it.
coyote, given what we've established that they're former Scarlet Wolves, like they're all business. And so like I feel like you do your martial arts thing, and I think he just pulls out a knife and just straightforward goes to stab you discreetly in the middle of this bar. So the stabbing would be the what you would be trying to resist.
All right, let me roll it. I have 2 dice because I have prowess, and
We also have special armor,
I don't need it.
so you could.
Don't need it. If I may,
Uh-huh.
because it's Killjoys.
Yeah.
Killjoys is a thing where
Yeah.
every time there's a fight scene, there's hype music
Oh,
for
yeah.
like no
Yeah.
reason. You're like, I don't know why there's hype music here,
Yeah.
but it's like a whole different band every time. So
Oh,
I'm like in my robes and I get there and like I push him back a bit. He resists me. I push him back a little bit more. He resists me again, gets the knife out. I look down the knife. I look up at him. I smile. The music kicks in. I
well,
disarm the. Afterwards,
I love the idea of you kind of being knocked back into like a space jukebox
ooh, perfect.
that engages the music in the
Engages the
crowd.
music.
Yeah.
I step up, and then we have this like hand dance where he's using the knife, and I'm like disarming the knife. But I'm rolling in my hands, and it's rolling in
Oh,
his hands.
yeah, like and like kind of like on Game of Thrones where you like popping the knife up and doing
But
that.
like catching
Yeah.
it again, I'll
Yeah.
catch it, and he'll catch it,
Yeah.
and I'll
Yeah.
catch it, and he'll catch it.
There's a
And
dance of
then
knives.
yeah, and then at the very end, I catch the last bit. I drop it on his foot. He goes ah! I cover his mouth. So he doesn't, the scream doesn't go out, and I go, and here's another pilgrim who wishes to be with us, but he must sleep now. And then like I do the sleeper hold into his
Sure.
neck, and then knock him out, and then just like put him on a chair. But he needs to rest for a moment. I'll put him down and look over at Link and be like,
Did you roll?
I did. I got 6.
Oh, awesome.
So
Okay.
I was like, I got this.
Yeah, that's cool. So while all this is happening, what do we see with Lincoln and the kid?
Um, yeah, I'm for now. I'm keeping the BS rolling, so it's like, oh yeah, I don't know who that was, but there's a cloud of trouble following you. It's so good that you've come to us. I see dark portents, but we will cleanse you, and you will be free.
So I feel
That
like
kind of.
yeah, are you
I'm just keeping the story up.
yeah, are you
For
moving
now.
the kid out of like
Yeah, and we're
the
we're
door?
we're
Okay. All
yeah.
right. So I think what the audience sees is we see like I mentioned that there were 3 of these, but only one came in. Now there's the 2 that are coming out because they haven't seen or heard from their partner in a while, but you're kind of going out of another doorway past them. And I kind of feel like given that Link is kind of taken to this BS thing, is there like a flashback or something that shows us like him in a similar situation running lines like this or something? Like was he a telemarketer? Like is there something else that connects to
Yeah.
like how this BS can flow naturally after maybe being dormant for a while?
Well, if you want a flashback to where he's getting all this, yeah, there's some uh beautiful young woman in a similar looking robe, and she's just like telling him all this stuff, trying to recruit him into this cult, and he's like, yeah, no, it sure, yeah, it kind of makes sense. I get
Oh my god.
it.
Awesome. So I think we cut a bit later than there. You've avoided the coyotes for the moment. But of course, they're going to be on your heels. Where do we cut to? Is it a warehouse? Is it a dock? Is it getting on your ship? Like, what do we see going on there?
I feel the next scene should be when we kind of have to either the next scene should be us engaging the coyotes or when Kid realizes he's been scammed.
Ooh.
I feel
Okay.
like the next scene should be one of
Okay.
one of the others.
So I think that you've taken off on this ship,
Mm-hmm.
and the kids like looking around, getting their bearings, and they're like, this doesn't seem like cultist ship. Like, where's the cultist paraphernalia? Like it starts looking around and seeing how practical and like the equipment you have here, and like realizing I just made a really bad choice in my life. And then probably because Link, I think, is like the main connection that this person has. where do we find Link? Are you at the bridge, or are you in the back with them, or what?
I guess we're trying to get out of here as quickly as possible. We don't know where those coyotes are.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think I'm just telling Cypher, like, go ahead and show him the holy documents, and I'm like
Absolutely.
indicating towards the brig,
The
and
bridge. Please, kid, come this way.
I'm running for the bridge to power up the ship so we can take off as quickly
And
as.
I have like a very firm hand on him, and I'm like, no, come this way.
Uh, you know, I think I need to go back.
No, you do
I
not.
I think my mother, that really nice lady you're talking to, like
Oh,
he's.
that was your mom? Oh, no way. I just said hi. I'm so sorry.
So I
My
feel like
mind.
you're still guiding them down
I'm
the
still got
corridor.
it. I'm still like, oh, that's really nice. Interesting.
That's
Right,
really
get in
nice.
there.
And and he's like, "No, you don't understand. My life's in danger."
Kid, I will literally shoot you if you do not go into this room right now.
Do you actually pull out a weapon?
I pull out a gun. I'm like, get in
Okay.
the room.
Yeah,
I'm
they
like,
like
get in the room.
they go into the room,
Get in the
and
room.
like they just sort of. I'm assuming there's like a bench or something that they
Yeah.
slide down onto, and they're just depressed, to say the least, that they've fallen into this ploy.
Sorry, kid, but a job's a job.
What do you mean a job?
Bounty on your head.
From whom?
Mm. Don't ask.
I feel like there's a plaque behind
I'm like, do I need to read the sign?
you. Instead
Do
of
I
Ted
need to read the
Lasso, I
sign?
believe it's like, don't ask.
Look at the sign. I'm just doing a job, kid. Sometimes
What?
just unlucky like
Where are
that.
you? Where are you sending me?
Don't know. Figure out when I ask Link. Look, it's gonna be comfortable. It's not. It won't be long. We'll get you where you need to get to, and it'll be fine. Okay. Just take a seat and don't worry yourself about it. So it had to be this way.
He's just stunned.
All right. Do you want something to eat?
Um, I don't
I gotta
even.
feed you. Otherwise, I mean, technically, I need you kind of more alive than dead. It doesn't really specify.
I think it does on the warrant.
I'm not telling him that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm not. I'm not gonna be like, I need you alive. He starts killing
Sure.
himself. No, I'm.
Yeah.
I'm not telling him that.
Yeah. Like, do you have any serum?
Serum? What serum?
It's something that you're fed like through an IV. That's the food he knows to request.
Nobody ever made you baked beans?
What are baked beans?
Now you hold on right there. I got some soy bread. I'll sort you right out.
Soy. What is soy?
Oh my god, what are they feeding you in those places? I
Serum.
say as I go off to go get food for him.
Okay, so we cut to the two of you, and I'm figuring that you still keep an eye on the chatter and so forth,
Mhm.
and so the no one likes the coyotes, so you probably get some other background chatter from the bounty hunters and whatnot. The coyotes have been sighted in multiple spots, so they're kind of casting a wide net. Do you let anyone know that you like send a progress, like we're claiming this warrant, we have the target, or are you leaving it open still?
If we say we're claiming it, the coyotes will know who to look for. I mean, they know it's Link, but they'll know exactly who to look for. And if the thing might say where we're dropping it off. If we don't say it, people will still stay looking on that planet.
So just as you realize this too, I think, or one of you would, that on the warrant it says to coordinate with Marshall Snyder in this system.
Hmm.
So if you're not going to say we've got the target, you're not going to claim it, then it's still considered active for the other bounty hunters in your faction.
I look at Link. What do you think? I don't want the coyotes chasing us after we've got the bounty. Do you think they'll come after us after that? They're your friends after all.
Hopefully, Marshall Snyder can call them off if we've.
You have to claim the bounty.
All right, let's claim the bounty. Get it done. I'll make the call, and I'll go and get on the Nexus link and give Marshall Snyder a call.
Okay. So are you claiming it before the call, or are you just going to call first?
I'm gonna call first.
Okay. All right. So do you have prior contact with this marshal from previous work?
I'm gonna say yes.
Perfect.
It's not
Okay.
the first time we give him a bounty. It's
So
probably the third.
I'm gonna make a fortune roll to just see how your
Last
last
one went.
experience went. Just
Could
to
you roll multiple dice because how good we are?
could you want multiple dice?
But
What is
a
that?
fortune needs more dice, right? Or do you want less dice?
I think it's just one die, isn't it?
I think you should roll it 3 times and then take the highest.
I'm gonna roll one die and see what happens.
Why aren't you listening to me today, David? You should be better than this, David.
Because
What
I'm
a
not
deal.
running it how I'm running it. I'm running it how the rules are supposed to run it. All right. I'll have
You
you, man.
can't hide behind the rules forever.
I
Go for it.
know. You're right. I
Oh,
did.
baby. Yo, it's
6.
so good.
See? We're all good.
Don't even need your luck, baby.
So I'm going to say that, and feel free to suggest something else. I'm going to say that your last interaction was very good. Now, I don't know if how your character swings or whatnot, but I'm going to say that she likes your character a lot.
All right, cool.
And we can leave that open to whatever. But I'm going to say that she's definitely into your character as well as thinking that you're professional.
All right.
Okay, so let's put that on here. Very high. Okay. All right. So you make the call, and there's just like a momentary hesitation. It opens up, and Marshall Cinder, she realizes it's you, and she how you doing?
Well, living my best life, doing what I can, bounty
Yeah.
hunting across the stars,
Yeah.
living the dream, really.
Oh, good. So I'm assuming you're calling guards to work.
I am, but I am a little disappointed. If you had a personal bounty you wanted out, you could have just called me. I'd have done it for you. They could have done
I
you a good rate too.
I got to go through the network. Otherwise, I'm stuck going through a bunch of yahoos, and that's just an insurance nightmare.
Do you know
Do you know
how
how?
many?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, please answer. No, please insist.
No,
Please go
please,
for it.
please. You.
No, please, no, you. It's fine.
No. Well, I was just going to complain about insurance, but that's just a way to
I
get
was
you
just
to
gonna
say
complain
something
about the other
nice.
bounty hunters keeping me
Yeah.
away from you. That's all. It's fine.
So when are you visiting?
Maybe something you think, but first business, then pleasure.
I
I've
like
got the kid.
mixing it up. Yeah. You what?
Yeah. Well, like I said, the minute I saw your bounty, the first thing I did was I went, Link, we gotta prioritize this.
So
Drop everything. Drop the
yeah,
other 2 cases we're doing. Screw those other bounties. I want to make sure the marshal's happy.
it's like a
And
long
that's what we did.
pause. Like she's thinking. She looks at like a display off the side and says, "I don't see that it's been claimed. You're not
That's because I
teasing
wanted
me."
you to be here for the honors.
Click.
Click.
All right, so let me do that real quick. So yeah, the warrant changes over to claimed, signaling to the other bounty hunters within your faction. All good. Of course, the jackals are not part of this, or the coyotes are not part of this, and will still seemingly pursue. And I think what we see is we see a cutscene of that same group that we saw earlier, and one of them is running a program through their system that shows your ship following your ship. I think what we see is then zip over to your ship to the radio waves, and there's a tracer thing, a little
Blinking in the
device
corner.
that is like right near Link's console. Okay. So I think what we see is your ship, Cerberus, going into the system, and you left that one planet Amaranth, and we're gonna pop over to where the sheriff is, which is currently on Indri. And Indri is a much different scene here. Over 25% of the goods manufactured in the sector, Perseon's sector, which is like four sort of different systems, come from this incredibly industrialized planet. It's thick rust-colored clouds. They create dust even during the day. The spaceport is Reeves, and there's smokestacks, there's gas, there's acid rain. It's an industrial nightmare. And so the marshal is is in basically this sort of office that's attached itself. It's like kind of like a like drop ship temporary office. Think of like a mobile sort of like what are those, like cargo containers? It's been turned into an office. It's attached to this building here where she's making her temporary offices while in injury. Um, and she just calls it the barn. She's got a brig. She's got, you know, secretary and whatnot, some files and things. And Marshall is all ready to receive you and the kid definitely. So do you do any preparations ahead of meeting with the marshal?
All right. Well, I make sure I feed the kid so he gets his
Sure.
beans
Oh,
on
yeah,
toast.
did the whole beans and soy bread and all that, or what?
Yep. Make sure I sort it out because I make sure it's going to be in good health.
The
I
kid
can't know
doesn't.
his backstory.
Yeah, the kid is awkward with utensils. Doesn't know how to. Hasn't learned how to use them. Will pick it up, but has never used them before. So it's more like probably like this.
Well, also, it obviously can't stab me with it, which is very important.
Well, yeah,
And
yeah, that's fair. Yeah. So
also,
so do either of you question the kid at all, or is it just
I was hoping
okay?
I'll do so. I'll be like,
Yeah.
where'd you grow up that you don't know how to use, I never had beans on toast?
Hmm. I don't. I think just the the lab. I don't. I don't know if I even have parents or not. Like I have dreams that I had parents.
How'd you escape?
I took advantage of the staff, and the seems sincerely like ashamed of having to be deceptive.
And you've been gone for so long, now they kind of seem to want you back. You must be important.
I I don't I don't know who I am, and kind of like absently plays with some, like there's some, you know, like some ports where the IVs obviously would have been connected on their arms.
I'm gonna examine him, make sure he's
Using your
healthy and all
doctor,
right.
you're gonna use your
Hmm?
doctor.
I'm gonna use my
Okay.
doctor to examine him, yeah.
Yeah.
Might be
Good.
like, right, just going to a checkup, make sure you're okay. Sort of check him, make sure he's
Oh
okay.
yeah. As soon as you like kind of take on even a facade of doctoring, like
Mhm.
the kid just kind of goes into like patient mode, right? Like yes, of course. Like there is no personal space. Like of course, do whatever. Like they're just a subject.
Oh, my sensibilities. How is he? He's
Um,
healthy though, right? There's nothing
well,
weird about him.
I want you to make an information roll on
Hey,
the
all
subject.
right.
Yeah, because you might learn a lot more.
I only have one die, so I'm gonna make a roll and see what happens.
Okay.
Now
Ooh.
I have no fucking idea.
No, you're going to learn
No fucking
something.
idea
No,
about him.
no, it's
Not a
complicated.
fucking clue.
You don't kill him
I'm
right away.
so done.
Um,
I strangle him. I'm like,
you
whoops.
have killed him by introducing beans into his non-bean
Into the
system.
system.
He explodes internally. Um, he has IBS. You've destroyed him.
I'm
Uh,
sorry.
so much for healthy living. Um, what what you determine is that, you know, there's these implants around their system attached to, you know, some central nervous system. It's fairly invasive, and these ports, you know, lead into the uh, lymph nodes and other areas. This person is basically um, being used as a source of ingredients, like all natural growing, organic. except your estimate is probably genetically engineered. As you look at them, you see like they're grimy from you know escape and all that, but they have very symmetrical features. Like if you were to clean this person up, they'd be almost like a perfect specimen of a human. Good body fat, good heart rhythm. Um, yeah,
I'm not gonna make a big deal because I took the bounty. I have to honor my word.
yeah, yeah. So
But I am gonna have a word of Link.
yeah,
So it'll cut to me like in the cockpit,
mhm.
sitting next to Link, watching the thing flying, and I've been quiet for like an hour, just thinking quietly, which of course is very not me. Because I'm like, anyway, how's it going? But I haven't said a word the entire hour I've been there. And I kind of look at Link like I want to say something, but I don't say anything. I look back down again. So I look at Link like I want to say something, and I'll just look away again. Then I look, I want to say something really important, then I'll just look away again.
I feel like the longer you wait, the worse it's gonna be.
Kid's been experimented on. Not like, not even like, oh, test subject. Let's try some few things out. They're literally using him for ingredients.
Not sure I wanted to know that.
Yeah, well, kid's never had beans on toast in his life.
It's,
I mean, we can't cancel the bounty. If we did nothing, someone else would have claimed it. He was doomed no matter what we did, right? Right?
I mean, what else can we do?
No, no, that's a terrible idea. No, no, no. Let's cash in the bounty. Let's just cash in the bounty and be done with it. This is the job we live. We can't go around rescuing every case. Sometimes it's like this, right?
I mean, we do anything else, then we're just the next bounty that gets turned in.
You're right. We definitely 100% shouldn't have him kidnapped by other people, then re-rescue him at the last second, leaving it to them to be blamed for it while we are left to go scot-free. That would be terrible. We shouldn't do that.
So you're saying it like that, but it actually is terrible. This is a terrible idea.
Horrific. I would never suggest something so crazy. It's not like we have a group of bounty hunters who are currently looking for us who would make the perfect scapegoats. Think about it. Think about it. About the suggestion that I'm not making. We got plenty of time to plan. I'll just sit here with my hat down and let you come up with the best plans. You just do what you gotta do. I'll be sleeping. Let me know how it works out.
so just to kind of sum that up, what was your plan? Your
Plan
alternate
is
plan?
is to claim that the coyotes stole him
The plan is to get the coyotes to steal him
and
back, but not tell people we stole him back.
Can we just skip to saying they stole him?
Yeah, that sounds great. We could just say they stole him. We could just say
That
they stole him.
seems safer.
So
I mean,
just as you're discussing that, I'm going to say that your sensors pick up a ship that's getting close to you, and they're not hiding it or anything. This is the Coyotes, and they're announcing that they're going to prepare to be boarded as they get close to you.
I look at Link like, okay, first of all, how they find us? Secondly,
Yeah, how
all
did
right.
they?
First up, let me get to it. All right, plan. We need a plan right now. We don't have time. If they board us, they'll kill us. You know this. I know this. They'll probably take him alive. They'll kill us. We need a plan that'll work for both situations.
All
Come
right,
on,
so
man. Look, you're the smart one here. I just look pretty.
I'm gonna give. Does it make sense to have a clock for boarding, or is it just an action that you roll? Okay, I'm gonna put uh, a clock with 3 segments.
Yeah, do it.
Okay, clock with 3 segments, and they one segment has been marked off for their intention and proximity.
All right. Meantime, get us to a planet. Can we get to a planet?
Are you going to where the marshal is, or are you going somewhere else?
Uh, my idea would be anywhere nearby right now, because if we get boarded, we have very limited space to work. If we start running, they chase us, and then on the chase, we could then go on engagement roll and then slash back our way to victory if we need to. Right? Is that how that works, Link?
How about we lead him on a chase through the belt of fire?
Oh, genius! I like it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Just looking at locations in the system.
You know, you mean between the two stellar objects?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean this is where we're going to blow our special effects budget.
I mean, we haven't done for this episode yet.
All right. So okay, so we have your ship potentially being boarded by the Coyotes, and you're going to purposely drive through the belt of fire to try to get rid of them or get some distance or what?
We
Yeah,
need to get rid of them.
I think the plan is we have to get away, and then
Blame them for taking them.
I'll have to like damage our ship in some way, assuming we don't naturally get damaged flying through the belt of fire.
Yep.
To make it look like we got boarded and
are you then going to suggest that they took the bounty and they were all incinerated in the belt of fire?
Yes, actually, that's exactly what we're going to say. Literally exactly that.
Okay.
I fail to see a problem.
Is this
can only go well?
Is this honestly another engagement roll, or is this just a skill roll, or what? What do you think, Brian?
I would just call this all still just part of the same. We just haven't finished the score yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So desperate.
God damn it!
I feel that you're at a slight disadvantage for effect.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think. Yeah. So here's what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to get away.
Yep.
I'm heading towards the belt of fire.
Mm-hmm.
The plan is to like let them catch up as we arrive. We grappling hook onto them as they're trying to like attach to us. We use that to like swing them into the belt, destroying their ship. We fly away scot-free. That's the plan.
Holy shit!
Right?
There's a lot of like engineering physics.
So I think
we
that's
got
like
this. We got this.
Maybe that's a clock like
yeah. Okay.
To accomplish. It definitely isn't like one action. Like
okay, so let's I want to think this through. So like you want to stay engaged with them, so they'll be parties to this elaborate sort of attack on them through the belt of fire. So 6.
Yeah, sounds good. 6 sounds great. Let's do it.
All right, so we'll say that if you complete the 6, right, then you get everything set up. If they complete the 3, then they are boarded and attached to your ship. Then you can still obviously sling their ship off,
But that's
right?
like future problem.
Right? But they're trying to get on your ship, whether or not whatever happens, and you're
Mm.
trying to get their ship off of your ship.
Hmm.
So they might still have some crew members on your ship, even if they don't have a ship anymore. Does that make sense?
Sounds good to
Yep,
me.
yep.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. So they're one tick, and all right. So your roll will determine how far on your plan you are.
Great.
And if you want to, I mean, this is a really elaborate plan, so I'm loving it.
Yeah. Let's start with the helm, I guess.
Sure.
Yep, go for it.
Are there any? Do you want to
Do
spend a
you,
gambit or anything?
I mean, what will Gambit do?
Gives you an extra die.
Yeah.
The
Let's
only
save
other
it.
the other thing is your special ability can potentially save you a lot of stress by spending a gambit.
Yeah, potentially, but that's like future me. I can just assist you. I can just
Okay.
assist you for that role,
So
right?
you're gonna take some stress.
So I'll take a stress and let you
Okay.
have an extra die for that, because then we're both working around the helm.
Sure.
Okay.
Are you? Mhm.
Devil's bargain.
So Devil's Bargain is basically you come up with an alternate bad situation. It happens no matter what, but you get another
Mhm.
die, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can take that or push yourself, but not both.
Right.
Okay.
Where's the belt?
So I'm gonna let me think. I think we might all have an option here. Um, I'm gonna say that you're gonna draw attraction from something that's in that fire space,
Yeah, sure. Fuck it.
no matter what happens. Because
Fuck it. Let's do it.
there's not very often things come through there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Listen, Link, I gotta save you as much stress as you need because you're gonna need all of it for when you're doing the final bits. So just fucking go. Believe in
Yep.
yourself. I'll take as
Yep.
much stress as I can.
All right. I'm rolling it with 3 dice. It's a 5.
It's not the worst.
It is the worst.
It's not the worst.
It might as well be. We've got 6 to get through.
So that's fine. You do it. All right. So we're breaking this down, right, on segments. All right. So this to me sounds like you're helming towards there. There's consequences. I feel like the obvious consequence, serious consequence, would be for them to finish boarding. Is that too much, or do I just take off one of those remaining 2 spots?
I don't think it's too much because you should push hard because if
Yeah, because
we
they're
don't like
desperate.
it, we can resist.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I feel like the serious consequence is that the ship is attached with the grapple arm, and I'm gonna say 2 of the 3. We've established that they travel in threes. 1 is staying on the ship. 2 of the 3 have successfully boarded, and we see them like enter your ship, and that's where that would stop.
So do I want to resist that?
And I'll be like, I'm on it. Take care of the ship. I'll take care of them. And I like flip over.
We still got a lot of clock to fill. I'll resist it. I
All
think
right.
I think they're good. I think that's all going to happen. Just let's hold it off for now.
All right, cool. Deal.
And I rolled a 6, so that's
Hey,
Whoa.
it doesn't matter how bad counts goes. I can just keep rolling 6s.
So they still board the ship.
So, or do they just,
Or
or
do
does
they
that
not?
reduce it to like a tick on the clock?
Okay. So yeah, let's reduce it to 1 tick. So I'm going to say here's what we have: the ship like grappled, and we've got them at their airlock ready to connect, but it hasn't happened yet.
So I think what's happening is they grappled and they were drawing us in, but what I did is like I attached our grapples and I'm like they're trying to like make the connection.
Oh, so
and
we
I'm
had that.
like
I'm
yanking their ship this way.
So we kind of like a call back to the scene in the bar with the knife and the handoff. We now have the grapple arms doing this sort of push shove thing. I love it. Okay, so then what do we see from Cypher, or is that kind of wrapped up in?
No, because I assisted, so it's wrapped up in it.
Okay. All right. So I think what we get a reaction from the brig that your characters may not be aware of is the kid who's just sort of sitting there waiting for whatever happens. Their eyes roll back and glow this sort of faint bluish color. This is not Dune related. And they stand up
It's
almost
definitely
almost mechanically, and they go close to the door, like, and they're standing there, like almost like they're readying themselves as cargo. Like there's
Damn.
some sort of programming, like I am ready to be received. Um, okay, so what what's next?
All right, we've got them. We've got them hooked up. We just have
Yep.
to get them within the right trajectory. So should we start spinning?
You're gonna do this?
I guess it's not bad. Oh, hold on. Wait, I should be able to do something, right? I know I don't have anything directly for it, but what can I do with a precursor artifact?
What can you do with it?
Yeah.
You could attune to a say some way creature that's out in this belt of fire.
That might be drawn to you.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna tune to it.
All right, go for
I'm
it.
gonna be like, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm going. Well,
Oh, you probably
I'm
have it.
going way.
You probably do. You have this thing always on you, or is it like stored somewhere, like in your cabin, or
I
what?
have it like always under my robes, and I
Okay.
pull it out, and I hold on to it, and it's like a dodecahedron,
Okay.
and I hold on to it. But when I like zoom in into like the way, like enter the way, it starts to glow and have funky things going around. So I put it in front of me. I push my head back. I take a deep breath, and then like zone out, and then my eyes turn blue as I try to attune to a creature to bring it down towards it.
Awesome. Okay, so do you need to make an attunement roll?
Yes, please. Wish me luck.
All right.
Should I
Probably
push
control,
this?
probably controlled, right? Controlled.
Yeah, sure. No, it's gonna be risky.
I was so close. Why you like this? Why you like this? All right.
Thanks, Brian.
All
You
right.
are the
Should I push?
killjoy of Lloyd's rules
The literal
engagement.
name of Killjoy. I have very little stress left. I don't want to be pushing too hard. I've got 2 dice. Maybe I get lucky. How many segments have we filled?
I'm gonna say you filled one.
Fuck it, I'm pushing.
Okay.
I know it's risky because I'm so high, but
Mm-hmm.
if we don't push, we're never gonna get anywhere.
Well, we still have our gambit, so you can like keep resisting, and then if you have a really bad resist roll, you can use the gambit
Gambit to
instead.
clear
So
it. Yeah. Future Lloyd problem. Here we go. Fuck!
It's
Fucking, what's the point of pushing to roll 5, bro? That's one segment. We've got 4 more to go.
okay.
I'm running out of fiction.
So you end up in a desperate position with that. So I feel like you go into the trance. The thing happens with the precursor artifact, and what we see is the camera zooms out, and we see like a pulse happen ahead of you in the flame. There's a pulse, and just for a split moment, the flame that's normally orange red, you see a blue flame pulse into existence. And I think at the same time we see that happen, then we cut back to Cypher and then to the kid, all kind of like on the same wavelength. And then we see the coyotes getting ready to try to enter your ship. All right.
Could I
So
resist this? Because I was risky, I wasn't desperate. So if I resist it, they won't get a tick, right?
um
Right?
I don't know what is the rules on that, Brian?
I mean,
Because I felt that was more into attunement and less about what the coyotes
True,
were.
I guess. Yeah, true. All right, I'll leave it. Fuck it, it's done.
Well, we don't have much time left to play.
Hmm.
Um, so okay, I feel like you're getting close. You want to do the spin attempt? Is that what you want to do, or what?
Yeah, do it.
okay, sure. This is another helm, I guess.
Yep, desperate.
Oh boy.
I believe in. Do you want me to spell stress to give you a die?
I can push myself.
All right.
Okay, let's just roll it. We'll see how it goes. It's a 5.
Close enough.
Okay.
We're halfway there.
Yeah, you got 3 ticks.
Uh,
All right. I feel that boarding is what they would be doing, right?
Yep.
So we
okay.
actually see them come in. They're, mid aft area. I'm gonna say that they're not too far away from the kid. That's like I think the most important complication for your ship is that you figured that they would probably get on as you made this crazy ride, but they're not too far away from the kid. So I think it's up to you if you decide you want to send one of you back there or not, or move the kid, or what do you want to do?
Before I do, what was the result of my attunement?
What was the result? Oh, I feel like you feel a tacit connection to something in this belt. Like there's some force, either a creature or a presence of some kind. There's something with sentience or sapience out there.
Can I also attune to the kid and jockey him towards us?
Oh, you want to hack the kid?
Yeah, just bring him along. Be like, all
I
right,
think
head towards us.
I think hacking, because you've already got the attunement. So hacking would probably be the skill.
Start I roll? Oh no, I'm not very good at that.
Well, you've not done this much before.
True.
So like this makes sense.
Maybe you should just go beat up the
I think I'll just go
coyotes.
beat him up. Like,
Aw.
bye guys, sorry.
You're like, I got
Hey,
this
bro,
cool
listen.
idea. Now I'm just gonna go like do 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 do
Well,
do.
yeah, because if I have to roll hack, I'm like, I'm not going to hack the kid. Like, I have no
That's
time.
what you'd be doing. You're hacking him. He's just
I'm gonna
cargo.
go beat him
He's
up.
he's property.
I'm gonna do that.
So what are you gonna drop the attunement and just go fight?
Yeah, I have to. That's the
Okay.
problem. Like, I want it to
Yeah.
be cool, but I'm like, I have no time. I gotta go get the kid. So I'm gonna drop it and go fight.
Okay. All right. Maybe in like the deleted scene special, we'll see that. All right. So
if I wasn't rolling hack, I would do it. But
I
it's
know.
hack. I cannot.
I know.
I literally cannot do that.
It's fine. All right. Okay.
Yeah, I'll go back there and try and take them out, or at least
Awesome.
keep them away from us if we can.
Okay. Yeah. So I feel like so you're halfway on your clock. You're getting really close. There's the instruments are telling you you're getting too close. You should turn back. All these things. Um, I think you even get like an automated call from the Hunters Corps indicating that because you've claimed the bounty that you're putting yourself and the bounty at risk and you turn back. This is a warning.
I'm like, shut up.
Yeah, you're like running
right
back,
now.
turning off all these things.
Not right now. I'm
And-
busy.
exactly.
I'm running out of stress.
Yep. And I think because of this and because of the arrangement you have with the marshal, I feel like you get a call from the marshal on the way back. Do you take it or do you ignore it because you're
I'll take it actually.
okay?
So like, yeah, I'm running in. I'm
Yeah.
like down there.
So you have
I'm,
like this-
hiding from cover.
Yeah. So
I
the
got the
marshal
marshal
is like, hey, I got this alert. I just want to make sure you're okay if it malfunction. Like, what's going on, honey? I mean,
Oh, nothing much. Just the usual. Just trying to avoid the coyotes from killing us, as always. You know when you send the bounty out to everyone and everyone can do it and they'll still do it even though we said it's claimed? That's kind of what's happening right now. I got a deal. Speak to you in a minute.
just keep me online.
I'm not gonna do that. I have a gun. I'll be fine. I've got this. But
Okay, cool. All right. Scrap, I guess. Right.
let's do it. I will push
Go for
myself. When I get you.
Desperate, obviously.
What a surprise.
So
Almost
you
like-
you pass by the kid, and I guess out of the corner of your eye, you just see him standing in front,
With
and
his eyes.
Yep. And you go past and you hear the noise of the coyotes heading their way.
Guys, I need you to roll me a 6 right now, please. Please. I'm begging you.
Maybe 2 6s.
2 1s.
Holy shit!
Fucking unbelievable.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Unfucking believable.
Okay.
That armor is going to come in handy now. I feel like
I don't have any armor.
That I know
we do.
you have it
Oh
from
yeah, I
your
can
load
give
of the
myself
bear.
armor, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that you would have your armor for this.
Yes.
Not a big deal. Okay. So this fight is going to be interesting. I have an idea that Brian, you'll let me know if this works within the confines of this system. So I think like we see really cool, almost like instead of in an alleyway in New York, I love those Marvel corridor fights. They're awesome. We see in the close confines of this ship of Cypher and two very well trained former military dusting up. I think what we see, and this is the thing, is we see the kid, the subject, who's standing in front of the doorway, take take the bars and just yank and breaks the lock. Just still in this like drone phase, and we see like their veins are, are popped, like muscle lifters. You'll often see that, and this kid leaves, just steps forward like a robot, turns, and just starts coldly walking towards the bridge in this sort of dead programmed appearance. And Brian has left.
Yes. But also I failed to fight those people.
Yeah, so what does this look like? What do we see?
I don't what is there's also something about them that makes it really hard for me to win this fight.
Um let's see. Oh, I have an idea.
Go on.
So I'm going to say that we we didn't see this before, but I think after we see like a flashback maybe to
Mhm,
that the one guy who's part of these two who you fought and knifed and all that,
mhm,
he
mhm,
got a sense from you that you were maybe using the way.
mhm.
And so what I think they have is they have like these sort of um, these collars on that dampen the way. So maybe you're
Ah,
not fighting as well as you think. Like your
I normally
movements are
because they keep
slow. You
blocking
can't
it.
do all the space kung fu. Like you're just like sluggish, and you can't like it's. You turned off the attunement, but now it's like it's too quiet. Like you don't feel the way around you as they're fighting you.
All right, that sounds good. I should also get some kind of consequence than just the boy, right? Or
Um,
is the boy going to the bridge the consequence?
yeah, that's the one I was thinking is that the boy is going to the bridge to do something. He's being programmed.
All right.
Someone hacked him because you didn't.
I will resist that
Okay,
if I can.
go for it.
All right, I got 2 dice. Don't roll 2 1s again, please. Please, please. 2 3s. I'll have to. I only have 3 stress left. Is it okay if Brian? Are you okay if I use the gamble
Yes,
to resist it?
spin the game.
Yeah, I'll spend the gambit to take no stress.
Okay, so you rolled a 3, so it still happens, right?
No, I resist it, so it happens less.
Less bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
No matter what happens, if you roll a resist, it always is less.
Yeah.
But you take
Okay.
it all in stress,
Okay.
no matter what the number you roll
Yep.
is.
Okay. So the kid is still heading towards the bridge, but the programming is shifted. They were going to try to commandeer the ship. They're not doing that anymore. And so what I think we see is Link is helming and getting into position because I think would this have ticked anything more in your progress with these results?
I don't think so.
Okay, so you're getting into position, and the audience sees this first, and then Link, you notice that there's someone standing like right kind of behind you, and they're not speaking, so it's probably not Cipher. So what do you do?
Um, I guess if I think someone's coming up on me, I'll yank the controls and try to, you know, send them tumbling
Okay. I guess what
back
make a
away from me.
helm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stress.
I'll say it later.
Just gonna roll it. Here we go.
You know, a 4's a 4, better than nothing.
Yep.
I have a suggestion, Link.
Mm-hmm.
I could ask you to drop the gravitational pull, what's called drop the gravity, because that would give me a significant advantage in fighting these people. And then we can take our time doing it. Then I think I'd suggest that to you. Be like, drop the grav.
So like, I think this because you do it, but there's consequences, right? What do you? I'm trying to think of a consequence. So you get another ticks here, 4 out of 6. Trying to think like this person. I think here's my suggestion. This person puts their hand on your shoulder, and it's very cool to the touch. And this is the kid, and you get like a flash of what they're experiencing, and there is someone far away, like remote, doing this, guiding them, and there's a sort of like this mental, what is it called? Mantra,
Connection. Oh.
like a mantra, like come home, and it's almost like a siren call. And this person is feeling compelled to return home through this connection they have. Meanwhile, you also get a flash of something in the fire ahead of you saying, my son, return to me. So there's 2 different views pulling at the kid.
Oh boy. Well, that's future Link problem. Right now we got that down.
All right, so
Weird,
we're at
mystic shit. Been hanging out with Cypher too long.
You did invoke the plan of being cultists. So we're at 3. Can we go a little bit longer? Or should we cut it right here? I want to be respectful of your time.
I feel we should at least finish the scene, right?
Sure. And then I'd like to do a short epilogue or something, and then like stars and wishes, if that works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, all right. So you get that flash. What I feel like you turned off the gravity to kind of help even your score in the back. Does it just become another scrap roll for Cypher at this point, or should it be something else?
I would like to ask them to turn the grav off, and then while they're scrambling around trying to figure it out, I will just niffly bounce around and push them back into the ships.
Oh, that sounds like Scramble.
I'll give it a shot. Sounds great.
Yeah, let's. I like that. That's really nice. Yeah, go for it. And this is probably still desperate.
Should I do the final push? If I do and I fail, I fucked myself because I'm definitely going to be out.
Well, I have an idea for that if you fail.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna roll.
You can love it.
I cannot roll for shit today.
You've been marking lots of experience, I hope.
Well, no, it's only been 2. The other one was risky. It wasn't desperate.
This is desperate.
This is desperate. Not helping me in a one shot, though, is it?
You're gonna level up so fast.
In a one shot.
I know, right?
Sorry, Brian. I've let you down. All I've done is just roll badly. Fucking bullshit.
Fucking. So here's an idea I have is that
Hmm.
as you're doing this really cool moving around, I think one of them is gonna uh, try to take you with them back to their ship
All
as
right.
as a potential hostage.
Okay.
Are you gonna resist that?
I'll have to. Because if I'm on that ship is gonna blow up once Link gets his head
Yeah,
around
he's
it.
gonna swirl the ship
So
off
I gotta be off that ship. So I'm gonna
with
have
you
to
on it.
resist that. Let's see if I can. Oh, there's the
Oh,
six. I'm
oh,
like, nah, bitch, it's fine. Don't worry about me. See you later, bye. Nah, you don't need no bye. Bye, bitch.
um,
Oh my god. Where
I
are the
kind of,
sixes when I need them?
I kind of want Link to make the final sort of scene roll on this uh, project, whatever your plan.
Um, I mean, I want to flash back to how I
Do it. Yeah.
rigged up the airlock to
Yes. Yes. Yes.
so
Yes.
I can trigger it
Do
to
it.
blow. Uh, yeah, I'll push myself. Oops. There's a six.
Six.
Yeah. So what does this look like?
Um, yeah, I don't know that it looks that exciting. There's no big explosion. It's just like, it's just while he's flying, he's like, okay, this doesn't work. We're really in trouble. And he just like hits some button that triggers something that just like whatever they latched onto to like,
Hmm.
actually seal on there,
Hmm.
just like unhooks and just like their ship. And because he timed it, so he like, pulls away, like swerves that way and then away to just kind of like fling them
So do
towards
we?
the blue flame.
Yeah. So do we? I think what I'm hearing is we see you flinging their ship
Yeah.
into the fire. Um.
I, I, I
Yeah.
think also for dramatic purposes,
Hmm.
when I pull myself back from being captured, the airlock thing seals in front of me.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, oh, you cut really close.
And we see their ship being enveloped into this, and then I think we see the kid kind of return to normal. They're not stiff, and their eyes come, and they look disoriented. They don't know why they're in the bridge or anything like that. Do you want to cut it there?
Well, we should do epilogue at least.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
Brian, you
yeah,
need to
yeah.
go.
But like
Brian, you need to go.
stop of that scene, and then okay. So what do we see as sort of the epilogue of this mission that you were successful on?
I have one. Mine is taken from the perspective of Marshall Cinder.
Hmm.
And when she comes on, it's me, but I'm wrapped in bandages. And I'm like laid down and I'm on the call. And I'm like, hey, Marshall,
She gives you this probably gives you this like very sympathetic look of like it's the line of work we're in.
I have some bad news.
What's that?
We survived the attack from the coyotes,
Right?
but they got him.
Got
They
who?
got
Link?
they got the kid. I don't know how they did it. Somehow they made the kid break the bars, took him back on their ship, and we fought them off. And we thought we damaged them a little, but I didn't realize how bad it was. When we tried to pursue them, they went right into the sun.
I kind of want to make you roll a sway roll.
Don't you fucking dare! Don't you fucking dare!
Just to see, like, we wouldn't act like is she suspicious or not, right? That's like,
True.
so she probably gives you a look, and we just don't know what to make of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh crap. And what
You
do we
think that's
see?
bad? How do you think it's gonna sound on my goddamn resume that I lost some people to the bloody coyotes?
Well, I guess this means more paperwork.
Hey, make it up to you.
Yeah,
Deal.
I think we see her like sit down and like hold your hand.
And I take it back and look at her as I lie to her face.
Exactly. What do we see from Link?
Uh, maybe it's the kid watching him as he, is repairing all the damage that was done to the ship, all the burns from the Ring of Fire, and all the
Mm-hmm.
punches in the hole from the grappling hooks and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
he's just like, yeah, shaking his head, and I don't. Hope you were worth it, kid. Because this. I have a feeling this is just the start of the trouble we're going to be in.
I think we might see the kid like buy her toolkit, like not even sure like hold how to hold tools properly because they've been a tool themselves, and just kind of like listening to you, but like maybe also like somewhere else. And then if we have to, of course, have a ship leave Amaranth, this very sleek, ancient-looking ship, like leaving, slowly departing, and then we get kind of like a profile shot of that person who was communing, hacked into the subject as they begin their quest to try to relocate them. All right, thank you. Thank you all very much. I really appreciate you doing
You're
this.
welcome.
Any stars wishes? Anything that I really need to? I mean, I'm going to clean up like pre-gens to help be timely on starting the game. Anything else that I should be aware of that I need to look
I
at?
think a few things that I'd like to bring out is that I think one of the things you could do for desperate actions for consequences is damage. You could just damage us. We have slots for that. So if you and us rolling desperate actions would be to lessen the damage. So in actions I was taking, I was fine with what happened. It was great, but feel free to damage people if you don't want to do something racist. Also, consequences or actions that are taken should have more of a lasting thing. Namely the attunement I did, which although it was great because I had to drop it and do something else, that whole section was lost, and that could be because of time.
Sure.
Or how that works as well. The clocks were perfectly fine. I feel we could have used the clocks a bit better for them more than us because their clock was almost like inevitable because it was just like, well, I'll just say they come on the ship no matter where it was. So you could have said 2, you could have said 6, you could have said 8, and it would have been on the ship anyway.
Yeah.
On that. Other than that, wishes are I enjoy the story. I enjoy the crafting. I love making dumb characters with games like this and then torturing other people with my nonsense. So I'm always down for that stuff. I thought it was a very, very easy and very simple and very interesting plot that you put together. You could definitely cut that down to 2 engagements or 3 engagements, depending on what the players do and how they do it. Of course, this is more like organic and how it worked from that. Think about it next time and like definitely do like a 2 engagement or 3 engagement or thing, because the more engagements you do, the more worth it smash and grab is. I know people tend to do 1 engagement, but I'm like, look, if you can squeeze 2 in, do 1 short one, 1 long one, then everyone has paid their dues for the game they paid for. I've never been a big fan of Blaze in the Dark, 1 session, 1 engagement, and that's it. Because I'm like, what's the point of engagement role? I will specialize engagement roles. Doesn't fucking matter, does it? You're like, what's the point? So I would like more engagement roles and have more missions on, because Killjoy specifically, they do multiple missions per episode.
Well,
they're all smaller missions.
Well, it's often like things go wrong and they have to make a new mission to
they make a new mission
thing.
to do the next mission. Usually it's like 2 or 3 or what you call engagements for that. But I mean, that's how that flows for it.
In general, for Scum and Villainy, I mean, by the rules, you should get a downtime in between getting an engagement. So that takes a lot of time too. So
I could, given that the game is only going to be running for 3 hours, I'd be lucky if we even get to a downtime, I'm thinking.
People would like a way to get rid of their stress. So even if you don't do a downtime, give them all right, if you want to get rid of stress, this is how you do it. Go for it. see how it works. Because people will definitely on the first one be like, I used all my stress and now I can't do anything. Next combat.
Yeah. So I was
But
kind of
quickest way to get rid of all your stress is to get a trauma.
There you go.
Yes.
And then especially in a one shot, it's
yes.
And especially if you have more than 2 players. So I would say
but the problem is that when you get trauma for that engagement, you're out. That's the problem.
Just for that scene, maybe a scene or 2, and then you're back.
So when you're back, you're like, you'll be fine, just get in there.
And then you got all your stress again. So I mean, especially if you have more players, push hard on consequences.
Yeah.
Don't hold back. Like
honestly, I was finding things, but because we were desperate all the way through, I was like, nah, mate, you gotta fucking kill us. You just gotta murder us. Fuck it. Just murder us.
Yeah. With only 2 players, it is tougher because we have a lot smaller of a pool of stress. So it kind of it runs out quicker. And then if one of us like gets knocked out, like pretty quickly, like we're both just like knocked out, and
so
then
like
it's like, okay, you're captured, and that's the story, which
so
can work too. But
the kid was originally intent on knocking out the pilot so they could be overtaken, right? Are you comfortable? Because I know the answer to this, but I know that some players are not. Are you comfortable with your characters being taken out and being taken prisoners temporarily, which is a common trope of bounty hunters?
Normally, I'm good with it because you can go, you're taken prisoner. What's the next engagement role? And you're like, oh, this is all part of your plan. That's flashbacks be part of plan. But players can always resist.
Yep.
So if you're gonna do you're all taken prisoner, you can go, hey everyone, I have an idea. I want to take you all prisoner and jump to the next scene. And it'll be a new engagement role. And you can work from there and you can flashback to being part of it. Because I've done that before, been like, you're captured. It's a new engagement scene. Make your rolls. You have your equipment. You can pick up your load. You have a plan. You're getting out. What you need to do from there. As a good suggest, like I think it's a good place for that to happen. So you can always suggest that because players can always resist. And if you say that, they might be like, "Oh, actually, let's not resist. It could work in our favor."
Yeah, because I always usually when I do like a sort of kidnapping thing on the PCs, it usually brings them closer to the threat that they can deal with or get information. Cool. All right. Well, thank you both very much. I really appreciate this, and I'm going to put some notes into action for the next time I run this, which will be not long from now in a couple days.
No problem.
And we'll see how that goes.
Brian, I'm going to see you for Buried Treasure.
No.
Oh, damn.
Brian had a limited schedule.
That's fair. Well, in case I never see you again, goodbye forever, and I'm sorry for what you went through.
Thanks for being really good cultists temporarily. All right. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the future.
Have a good night, everyone.
You too.
See you.